Nzobu Yes, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. And of course, this is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Ukafomefo. Mazi Ukafomefo is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Ukafomefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And like I always say, this is one truth that cannot be overemphasized. Mazi Ukafomefo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, the king of Afari-Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 6 decades. Mazi Nnamdi Okukano is from Afari-Beku. Afari-Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. Abia State is Biafra land. He is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television, the one and the only man that commands the loyalty of the Biafran people. And by the grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I remain George Onyeibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, we cannot proceed until we acknowledge the Creator. He goes by many names, but I don't know. I can tell you, I know he is Chukwu. Because in the sincerity of the heart of my ancestors, they called him Chukwu. That means beside every other God, there is no other God beside him. And I will acknowledge him and worship him tonight as always. Onyeibe Chimo Onyeibe Netiti Chinine Onyeibe Idike ne Mayao na lolo Debube oge mgbe niile na lolo Debube mgbe niile. Who is like unto thee, O Yahweh? Who is like unto thee, O Onyeibe? Among the gods, who is like thee? You are glorious in holiness. You are fearful in praises, doing wonders. Hallelujah. Onyeibe Onyeibe dadim Chineke odi Onyeibe ede manu tutue ede manehie ikwesịrị tụkwasị obi Chineke odi Onyeibe anyị na-aja gị mma o maka n'eziokwu na ịbụ sọ mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadi o inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dịghị Onyeibe gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-asị naanị dị mma o. Ise we can't help it. It is not about trying to be spiritual. It is about who we are. They say, for thou, O Lord, has given us a heart of praise, that we might praise you for all eternity. You crown us with life because you understand that in the grave, nobody will praise you. We don't want to sound righteous and look good before men. We want good things to happen before men. Let God alone, who is righteous, be praised for all eternity. And of course, you are welcome once again on this segment. Our team, remain back to your root. And of course, this is one language that troubles our people. But of course, you are getting used to it, and I have to appreciate you. It's not easy. After almost 200 years of proper brainwashing, you are able to come back home. I can tell you, you are strong. You are formidable. You are commendable. You are trying. If you are European, you are Caucasian, you are Indonesian, you are Malaysian. If you tell black man to go back to his root, he can rebuke you. Don't bother. This is how we would have been reduced to. If you are a Chinese man now, if you see black man, tell him to go back to your root. He will rebuke you. Because they believe that their root is evil. Majority of them. And we don't blame them anyway. The enemy did their job well. And so when we say back to your root, the only way you can survive is divulge yourself of those knowledge you think you have, and then embrace it in a light term, in a very clear term. Trying to see this truth, using yourself as a case study. In my dialect, where so many mero kweji chikbi, so many mero ya kweji kikbi. And then if you are able to put yourself in the position of our ancestors, I will tell you, you will recover all without fail. Our thing, remain back to your root. And when we say back to your root, I understand people have different perspective of what they think we are saying. It really doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you must go back to your root. But we tell you something here on Radio Biafra. It's as simple as ABCD. You will struggle with it for a while, but in the end, you will embrace the truth. But we tell them Nigeria must be destroyed completely because the creation of Nigeria is the greatest sin against humanity. Some people say, no, it is our one Nigeria. It is not negotiable. It is not tororo. At the end, before your very eyes, Nigeria will crumble. Of course, it is on her knee already. It is on her knee already. Are we going to talk about the money they are borrowing? I think China's are waking up. Only criminals associate with Nigeria. And then let us see what World Bank will do. Let's know how much Fulani are keeping there. Because they have started threatening World Bank. You know that we have been supporting you. What does Fulani have? Have Fulani been giving cow to World Bank? But are we saying World Bank should not dash Nigeria money? They can dash Nigeria, but we are telling you that all of you are aware that Nigeria is one of the richest oil producing company in the world. I didn't say country, company. How can they borrow money? Your corruption fighter, British corruption fighter in Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, have been in charge of NNPC more than any idiot that have ruled this Nigeria. And then they are coming. Remember that we have been supporting World Bank. That is indirect way of threatening World Bank. World Bank borrow them money. We will see how it ends anyway. Our topic this evening is just a continuation of our discussion yesterday. Some of the practices of our ancestors that can be found in the Bible. The reason we are here is to fight for Biafra to be restored, not to be actualized. We are not here to actualize Biafra. We are here to restore Biafra. Biafra is our identity. Biafra have been here before we came. Before they came, our fathers were here. And we assure them that after we are long gone, Biafra will still be here. We are not going anywhere. I listened to one Bambiala, Fulani man, saying the issue of Biafra is like a child's play. But we have heard that type of issues before. Obasanjo was the first one who ran to London and telling them Biafra is dead and buried. Biafra is dead and buried. But the world will know all of you for who you really are. One thing Nigeria must be sure of is that we are not in a hurry. We will make sure that we leave no stone unturned. The whole world must know the evil that Nigerians personify and the evil that Nigeria represent. That is why we are here. We are here because of our identity. The identity that is not originally ours, except our Father has given it to us. And I saw a young man who was castigating his father. And he said to his father, "You are evil, you are a bad man, you are this one." His father never said a word. And then the neighbor came out and said, "You are telling all of us now that your father is a bad man. But it's your father." The boy said, "Yes, he's my father, he's very bad." And the man said to him, "Look, let me tell you. If there is any good thing in you, that means there is something good in your father. Because the last time I checked, everything that you are today is coming from your father's lions. So if you say your father is idiot, you are the first idiot. If you say your father is evil, you are the first evil. Or rather, you are evil in progression. But we tell you, go back to your roots. Go and honor your ancestors so that your children will honor you. How I wish in your graves you will watch this video. All of you say your ancestors are evil. You will see how your children will be telling the whole world that you are evil. So when we say go back to your root, there are a lot you can know. A lion that grows in the midst of a sheep, a ram, will behave like one. An eagle that grows in the midst of chicken will behave like one. The knowledge is for you to understand. Yes, I may be in the same store, in the same prison with goat and cow, but I am not one. There is an adage in my place. They say, "Ewu pampa ho ya lo koko ba lora." Ewu pampa ho ya lo koko ba lora. If you cannot understand, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But in a simple term, where you put different animals together in a particular storehouse or a farm, animal farm, there is something that always happens. Because when my father made this parable, I say, what does it mean? In the evening like this, he took me to our animal farm. Because in those days, we used to have animals. We have domestic animals. We have a room for them. At night, the goat come back, they go to that room, the chicken, all of them, both monkey, all of them go to their room. They have their room. They sleep together. They get used to themselves. Some of you in America, your children think they plant good. I had a discussion with one. I said, "Do you know my children think they plant good? Do you plant good? You now give birth, man, you now harvest good." Some of your children think that way. To you, it's advancement. Let me not digress anyway. And then at night, my father took me to the animal store and he on the light. And when we were going there, he said, "Watch the goat and the fowl." He said, "Goat don't respect itself. That is why the fowl does not respect the goat." He said, "Just watch what you will notice." He said, that is the meaning of the parable. And as they opened the animal farm, they did not run because they know us. And we on the light. What we saw was that the fowl, the chicken, and the goat were dragging sleeping position. The chicken will chase the goat will shift and come back again. A whole big goat is dragging a sleeping space with the chicken. And my father said to me, "Look at this goat. He has lost it all. The goat think he's a chicken. That is why it's called goat. He don't have sense. The goat is thinking it's a chicken. A small chicken is chasing goat away. That is say, if you do not know who your ancestors are, this is the same way you will behave. And so when we say go back to your root, there are a lot of wisdom, knowledge that you have left behind. Pick it up. We need them in this journey. Believe me. And now remember, I am talking about some of the practices of our ancestors that can be found in the Bible. The question should be, who wrote the Bible? We were here before the Bible came. They will tell you 7 million years we were here. But the Bible came either at the end of the 1st century or the beginning of the 2nd century. And so we were here. And so why is it that everything in the Bible, most especially the Old Testament, is a replica of the way our ancestors behave? And then who is our ancestors? How did they have this divine knowledge? Because we understand the Bible is written through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. For it was not men who wrote the Bible, but they were written, the Bible rather was written as the Spirit of God gave them unction. Is that not what we are taught? And so, who gave our ancestors the unction to write the Bible, to write their custom, to write their doctrine? You never know. But let's go. You never know what you're going to meet this evening. And tonight we are going to look at burial rites. Interference, that is the burial rites, and then we are going to compare it with the interference of Anambra state government against our tradition. There is something known as burial rites. When somebody die, they bury the person. Now, there are 2 days in a man's life that can never be forgotten. Number one is the day that child is born. That is why people keep celebrating their birthday. You never forget the day you come into this world. And the next thing, that stage that is important, is the day you leave the world. The day you leave this world. And then you see everything you have achieved will end up in a piece of paper. They call it, it could be poster or handbill. You begin to hear, he has PhD, he has WQQ, he did this one, he did this one. After everything, they point out to 2 things. He said that you died of brief illness or a life well spent. Then they now say he survived by, you are gone. Everything you have worked for is in that piece of paper. But the amazing thing is that the dying moment is more important in the life of every man, more than the day you were born. And then when we look at the issue of burial, we should understand the preparation regarding this issue. We look at them ordinarily. And now let's look at the stage 1 of it. The story of our traditional burial. Now let me start all over again. As a child, these are cultures and tradition of my people regarding burial. I come from Abo, and I know that when I'm through, most of you from Efik, Ibibio, Anam, Ijo, Urubu, Ishekiri, Idoma, Egala, Obobura, Tinapa, all of you will see that it will look as if I'm talking about your village. But it's an alien to the Yoruba. It's an alien to the Fulani and Hausa. And as such, you don't expect them to understand anything about you. But they say they help you believe it's evil. It's evil. Only in the Bible is a miracle. But since your ancestors did it, your ancestors is evil. Their culture is evil because the enemy actually succeeded in demonizing everything about your past. And now, these are some of the things I learned about death and burial. Because you have to die before they bury you. In my tradition, we have 2 types of death. Let me try and be specific. Number 1 is that when you die before your time, it is considered a sacrilege. Sacrilege. You can't die before your time. Our ancestors forbid it. And that is what God said to the children of Israel. You will not cast your young before their time. You can't die before your time. You cannot die. If you die before your time, as a child, we are even afraid not to die. I have said it before. Today you have suicides in Nigeria. 12 years we hang yourself. 10 years we hang yourself. If your girlfriend run away, you hang yourself. It doesn't happen. You just don't want to die. Because our culture and tradition will make you feel the pain in the grave. Go and ask Abiku. There is something known as Abiku. Some call it Obanje. They demonize it. Today they give it a good name. They don't talk about Abiku or Obanje again because they have changed their name. Abiku and Obanje is simply sickle cell disease. Sickle cell anemia. And because our ancestors has a way of dealing with this issue, you don't want to find out. But I won't digress to that place anyway. And so when you are a sickle cell, they call you Abiku or Banji. Our ancestors call it, Oyibo call it sickle cell disease. Or is it anemia? But whatever it is, if you are Obanje, you die before your time. When they are done with you, you won't come to this world again. That is why when you will understand that there is life, there is power outside the realm of this terrestrial. And so you don't just die anyhow. And our culture say that the moment you die premature, if your parents are alive, any of your parents is alive, you don't sleep at home. The next thing you hear, this guy is dead, though. The youth has rallied round. They go and bury the person immediately. Why? Because it is a taboo for father to be burying their children. I have said it before. I begin to have ultimate respect for my mother when I met my mother several times praying to Chukwu Kikabiama. And each of them, she hold her breast and say, Father, you give me these children. All of them are healthy and perfect. No cripple among them, no blind among them. Having said so, oh Lord, any death that will kill any of them before my time, let that death take me. And I was shocked. And so when you are your parents are alive and you die, you don't sleep anywhere. No matter the cause of that death, they will go and bury you quickly. And then they will come and make other arrangements. But when you die in an old age, a successful man, you die, they don't say they are mourning. It is a celebration of life. And the way they buried that child who died prematurely, it's not the same way they buried an elderly man who lived a fulfilled life. And now when somebody die, like a married man, the wives or the wife is expected to shave their hair. You will shave your hair. The first thing your in-law will do is to sit you down. Shave your hair, correct one. You start mourning your husband. You won't wash your cloth. Today, wives, how many of you will do that? You are advanced. You are advanced, right? That is why women can easily bring out knife and cut off their husband prick. Somebody is going to say, no, it's too raw. But the people doing it, what are they? They are too spiritual. A woman that will bring her cutlass in Nigeria here and cut off the husband prick, is it too spiritual or too carnal? Because I hate hypocrisy here. When I'm making you to understand, somebody is trying to, it's too raw. How will you understand if I'm not raw? The wife just sight you with a side cheek. He will bring knife and butcher you. Is that one that is going to mourn you? Because you have abandoned the way of your ancestors. If your wife know that she was going to shave her hair and wear one black wrapper like 3 months, he won't let you die. Because it's not easy to mourn. He won't let you die, not to talk of she using her hand to kill you. Imagine it in that our way of ancestors. Your wife go and call police for you. Know that every Eke day she will buy 7 goats. When they finish giving her quotation for Onsala, he will know that indeed you are a husband. I love elders. I love elders. When they hold that walking stick and your husband report you and they give, let me not digress. You will see quotation. Goat will no get mama. Sis. Barren chicken. That is a hen. Barren one. You will go and find it. When they finish giving you quotation, you will become normal. But people think it's evil. These were the instrument, these were the law, these were the principle that were put in place to stop the evil in our land today. But you will not understand. Somebody says, oh, they are evil, they are evil. Look at all of us. 45 years is dead. They say he's achieved, he has achieved. What do you achieve? Even that 45 years, you have diabetes. That 45 years, maybe you have even colonial virus. That 35 years, my friend, let us go back to our room. You will see what we are losing here. And so when you die as a successful man, you have lived a long, ripe age, there is a way they bury you. Your families are placed under condition. I remember when my grandmother died. We were still killed. Somebody just went and buy razor. Sit all of us down. Use razor and wipe away all our hair, including my mother. His parents, so it's not only your husband or anybody. You do it for your family member. It's a sign of respect. It's a sign of honor. Nobody will be happy to shave their hair, most especially women, except somebody you respect. And if you are a woman, you observe that culture, I respect you. It is not easy. It is part of our burying rites. And then we begin to mourn. Now, there are some people, when somebody dies, they hire mourners now. If you go to Benue now, and some communities in Biafra land, when somebody dies, they will have people who are mourner. It's their job. You hire them. They can be up to like 10 or 20. They will come to the compound and start crying. It's their job. They are now crying. That is because somewhere along the line they lost the culture. But they will need to mourn those who died having lived a successful life. And then at the end of the day, they set day for mourning. Some will mourn for 30 days. Some will mourn for 40 days. Some will mourn for 70 days. Depending on how wealthy the family is. And I also understand that in those days, according to our culture and tradition, after the first burial, there is a second burial. Remembrance. After the first burial, there is always a second burial. But I know that second burial died down when they begin to tell us that let the dead bury the dead. Osetiana. We are coming, no? And then when some people die, they used to shoot gun for them. Do you know when Jesus died that heaven shot gun for him? The way they put it, you will not understand. And they were thunder and lightning. And they were earthquake. And the earth tore. And darkness was everywhere. And he gave up the ghost. Having said, Elia, Elia, Mala, Saba, Manasi. If you understand, now you know. If you don't understand, now you know. But the Bible says, after he has said, my Lord, my God, why have thou forsaken me? He gave up the ghost. Thunder, fire. Do you know our ancestors blow thunder when you die? We call it Intuegbe. Intuegbe. They will mount Dengon. Is it Dengon they call it? Americans are still doing it. When soldiers die, they give them gun salute. I'm coming because there is a reason I'm bringing all these things. Our culture. Our ancestors have been giving gun salute before we know there was America. Our ancestors have been giving gun salute before we know they were Britain. But today now, your own gun salute. Do you know Anambra state governor have banned gun salute? But we go to America and Britain and commiserate, or how do they put the English, and identify with them in their gun salute. When I say go back to your culture, there are things in your tradition and culture that chase evil people away. If you were still doing it, no Fulani will run over our land. No Fulani will come here. Nobody will deceive us. Nobody will do juju for you and it will work. Nobody will do juju for you and it will not work. You don't know say they know they from Nigeria do juju carry go London. If you cross river, I go fail. But let's stop there so you will understand. And then after mourning, the person is buried. When it comes to burying the person, they have two ways. In those days in my community, if your hands are clean, they will bury you in your house. The moment they say you are a witch or you are a wizard, or you die before your time, or for some reason, they cannot identify where you come from, you go to the burial ground. We forbid burying people inside house. Today is rampant everywhere. because they thought it don't mean. People buy burying ground. They buy burying ground. They say, my mother actually told me. He said, my son, any day I am old and it pleases the Lord to take me, please bury me here in her house. But she know if she die as a witch, they don't bury a witch inside the house in Abo, except today that our cultures have been balkanized. You take them to the burial ground. But if you live the normal life as a father or a successful mother, they bury you in your house. And when my mother died, and everybody came, where do we bury her? Where do we bury her? I said, this is where she wants to be buried. I know she's very happy. This is our culture and tradition. Not the one Fulani Wiki Catholic priest who is an Igbo man in northern Nigeria. And a Fulani will say, bury him there. And you bury him there. You don't know what you are doing to the next generation. All those Christians that were murdered in the north, who are Biafrans, are supposed to be brought home. We are fighting war in different fronts. You people don't know. One of our brother took money. And all majority of our people that were killed in the north, he was the one they gave the contract to bury them. Because they feel that if we see the dead body, people will revolt. The war may not end. So he took the contract and buried our people in the north. Sacrifice was made. And we are looking for those people. Imagine if we have a graveyard in Biafra land where we can go and pay homage and respect those who died for Biafra. Today we will not be fighting for Biafra restoration. Biafra would have come. All we need to do is to tell Gowon, go there and ask for forgiveness. And I tell you, Amadio Hani Kinga will be waiting for him. But their dead body is scattered everywhere. Of course, we are summoning them. We are summoning them because all of you are not going anywhere. Obasanjo, all of you are not going anywhere. Today they tell you they are doing Armed Forces Remembrance Day. The ones they killed in the name of Biafra, who is remembering them? All of you will never be remembered, except only for cursing. When you are dead, people will remember you only for... Who remember Abacha? Only when they want to curse him. Only when they want to recover loot. Soon there will be no loot to recover. And he will be remembered for cursing. These are some of the things I can tell you about our burial. And we have something known as waykeeping. In waykeeping, it is a sign of respect. People gather in the evening. They stay tarry night because of that burial. It is a way of like escorting the person. But we will come to that later. Nigeria gradually are telling you that there is no waykeeping again. And when it comes to burial, we sew cloth. We sew cloth. When our leader parents died, the family have a particular uniform that they ask people to buy. But I know it's not only one. Because like in my place, one is for the public. We must have it. Another one is for the family member. We must have it. Another one is for the children. We must have it. About 3 uniforms. But do you know Anambra governor have banned it? And some of you will say, hey, it doesn't mean. Are you telling me Willie Obiano is wiser than his father? Well, you cannot see that there is something they are doing that you are not aware of. Will it be evil now and a sin that we are burying our ancestors according to their traditional rites? Don't you see there is something you don't know about it? Let's stop there for now. Of course, there are some things I have not said. When our lines are open, other people can make further contribution. But this is some of the way we bury people where I come from. Traditionally. We look at biblical aspect of it. I take Jacob. Jacob moved to Egypt. And in Egypt, he died. He died at the age of 147 years or 142 years. Not too sure. But before he died, he has said to his son Joseph, make sure you take me back to my fatherland. They bought a land. They have a burying site. Don't bury me in Egypt. And so when Jacob died, Joseph took permission from Pharaoh because he served Pharaoh and said to Pharaoh, and this should be around the book of Genesis, chapter 50. Maybe from verse 4 to 10, if I'm not mistaken. Genesis chapter 50. Joseph said to Pharaoh, my father have placed me under oath that peradventure he dies, I should take him back home to bury him. Please allow me to go and bury my father. And then if you go to this Genesis chapter 50 now from verse 4. In verse 4, the Bible said they mourned Jacob. The whole Israelites, all of them mourned Jacob. They mourned Jacob for 40 days. And after 40 days, that was when Joseph went to meet Pharaoh and said, allow me to go and bury my father. And so when they were going to bury Jacob, they got close to the place they were to bury Jacob. They started mourning again along the road. And so the total number of days that they mourned Jacob was 70 days. Will you be not say you cannot mourn anybody more than 60 days? Does he know his father? And so Jacob was mourned for a total of 70 days on 2 different occasions, because he was not an ordinary man to be buried like a dog or a chicken. In fact, do you know in those days, when our dog or fowl die, we used to bury them? Today now, may God have mercy. If fowl die, they say cut and quick, kill and quick. Trust our they don't put them for Messiah. In those days, when our animal die, we bury them. We don't eat dead animal. Today, you don't even know. Let's not even go there. They tell you our land is defiled. People don't understand. Look at people you are saying they are evil. Look at how organized they are. They don't eat dead animal. Those of you who are holy, you are eating dead animal. Eating animal blood. And you tell me Fulani will not kill you. And Holy Ghost will not chase them. Holy Ghost will not chase them because you know not the God you serve. I'm a Christian. And I understand everything we say. In the book of John chapter 4, where the Samaritan and others came to Jesus to find out where they worship. Would it be on the temple or in Jerusalem? Jesus never condemned the temple and he never condemned worshiping in Jerusalem. But he simply said to them, this is the time where the true worshippers will worship the Creator in truth and in spirit. And if Jesus was to be Enugu man or Anambra man, he would have said to them, Nubua, onye obuna achọ ife Chineke, oga igeji na-efe Chineke n'ime mmụọ n'ime eziokwu. And so people are mocking me, na-efe mmụọ, ị na-agọ mmụọ, mana Chineke si na ige na-efe ya n'ime mmụọ. So something is wrong along the line anyway. And if I don't speak the Igbo way, live and there. Now my own, no be your own. And now we have the culture of mourning. Were they the one who taught our father to mourn their dead? Or were we the one who taught them to mourn their dead? I just want us to reason. Because the miracle is about to happen inside Biafra land. Nigeria will witness it. But you never know how the next generation will tell this story if you don't point them to the right direction. I am happy that our leader parents was just buried. The king and the queen were buried. They have their burial rites. Everything was observed. A lot of things happen. I cannot begin to narrate all of them because we will not live here. But I'm asking, did our ancestors, you think they are evil? Who taught them how to mourn and bury people? Was it the Bible? Or was somebody copying their lifestyle to write in the Bible? I'm just asking anyway. Don't judge me. Activate your reasoning faculty. And then we go back to exceptional mystical culture in burial. And now, there is something I want to bring in. I'm not supposed to bring it here, but let's just look into it. It is not everybody that dies, you see their grave. I don't know why it is like that. But I noticed that not everybody that died, you see their grave. For instance, you go to the Bible. The Bible said that when Moses died, God buried him. God buried Moses so that nobody see the dead body of Moses. And I think this can be found in the book of, that should be Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy. We look at chapter 40. Deuteronomy around chapter 40 or 42. When Moses died, God said to him, climb Mount Horeb. These are all the land I promised to give to the children of Israel. You will not enter there. And Moses haven't seen it. The Bible says he died and he buried him. Moses died. The Bible didn't say God buried him, Adi Amama. But he said Moses died and he buried him. Deuteronomy chapter 34 verse 6. He died and he buried him. But it is believed that God buried Moses. And in the Bible school, we have tried to find out, why did God bury Moses? And the answer they taught us was that Moses was such a great man that if God have allowed men to know where Moses was buried, that people would have been going to worship the grave of Moses. And so God don't want them to worship Moses. So he buried Moses by himself. And so if God have interest in burying people, why are you trying to get involved in the people's tradition to bury people? I'm coming. And then I begin to think, nobody know where they buried the terrorist Lugard. Because we're supposed to go to his grave and urinate on his grave. Now you see why most people who commit the highest atrocity on earth, they always hide their grave. Where did they bury Adolf Hitler? Where did they bury terrorist Lugard? Where did they bury Flora Shaw? Where did they bury drunkard Port Harcourt? All these terrorists, they said they buried, they taught me in school that Mongo Park and Landa brothers were buried on top of River Niger. They taught me in school. You don't tell where these people, they lie to us. So as a child, when I'm going to Nempe with my mother to buy pamoye, once we get to River Niger, I'll be looking on top of the bridge whether I will see Mongo Park coffin. I never saw it. But inside school, they were telling us when they died in River Niger, they were buried on top of River Niger, and then Landa brother continued to discover River Benue. But all these things are to deceive you. Believe me, behind every of this culture and tradition, it carries power. Let me drag you back home again. Let me digress. Do you know that as a Christian, righteousness is the source of your power? True Christians believe that Christianity is a way of life. It's not a religion. You cannot be powerful as a Christian until you are sincere. You are righteous. And so when you are a Christian that dwell in sin, you are not a Christian. You are just a religion people. You are the one who is yapping. A true Christian does not get angry when somebody talks about Christian. Because a true Christian who operates in righteousness and is led by the Spirit of God understand that if they don't castigate you as a Christian, you are not a Christian. Because Jesus said to the disciple, if men will call me prince of demon or Beelzebub, me being your master, they will say the same thing to you. But blessed are you, O disciple, when men will call you all this evil name and commit all manner of atrocity against you for my name's sake. Rejoice. This is culture and tradition. How many Christians are rejoicing today? Idiot everywhere. They are busy coming here. We are angry. Yeah, religion. You are not a Christian. Christians don't talk. Christians pray for our salvation. Christians pray for God's intervention. That is why you come and say, they are Chinese Christians. Get out, you are not a Christian. Because the true Christians understand their power comes from righteousness. They even want persecution. Because this is what will make them grow. That is why when Nigeria is persecuting Biafrans, we love it. It makes us more formidable. It makes us more resolute. It makes us more prepared for what is going to come. Culture and tradition carries power. If you dump them, you lose that aspect of power. There are people who have cultures of telling lie. It's helping them for a while. But if you study them and understand the way they lie, they will crumble. But there are people who have culture of saying the truth. And no matter what you do, at the end of the day, they will succeed. They will triumph. That is why nobody can take away the land of Israel from the people of Israel. No matter how many years they were under occupation. Today, Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Truth prevails, not Netanyahu. Yes, today in Biafra land, we are under military occupation. But this truth we preach here will prevail one day. We're talking about our culture and our tradition regarding burial rites. Now, don't let that escape you. Why is it that there are some people that will die, they will hide their dead body? Because I have sampled so many people, they hide their dead body. Why are they hiding it? I agree, Moses' own is that God don't want us to worship Moses. Why did they hide terrorists Lugard dead body? Let us continue because of our time. Now, Anambra State Governor said he has a law he gave. I just want us to look at few of them. He's not talking about how to control Fulani herdsmen, Miati Allah, Boko Haram. He's giving you burial rights. Now, do not be surprised, Fulani herdsmen, Miati Allah that work with him, have told him that the way you bury your ancestors normally wake up and they are disturbing them. Stop them from burying them this way. Oh. Now, let me tell you, in those days in my village, something happened in my family. A woman died, and they said the woman is a witch. They suspected that the old woman is a witch. So they took the woman to native doctor, Biafra, and after consulting the native doctor, they gave the woman some substance to drink. And the woman drank those substances and confessed that she was a witch. But because the woman children were influential and powerful, normally in my community then, they would have stoned the woman to death. So they did not stone that woman to death. The children brought her home safely. But she was going to be buried dishonorably. She was not buried in her home. They took her to the burying ground. And when they brought their mother back, this woman back, they left her at the passage. I saw that woman. Like almost 2 weeks as a child, I saw that woman. The woman was crying. Because anytime we go close to the woman, they say, no, don't near her. She's a witch. This woman cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried from morning to night. And we wake up one morning, we saw her dead body. She was gone. But this woman, last daughter, said to the community that my mother is not a witch. The community said, but all of us went to the oracle now. The girl said, no, my mother is not a witch. And I will prove it. But she has only one way to prove it. We call it imozu. In my place, when somebody died in those days, they will find out what killed the person. They will ask you, did you die of a natural cause? They will tell you what to do. or the you die as a result of enemy, they will tell you what to do. And that was the only time the daughter have to prove to the community that the mother is not a witch. And now let me tell you what happened. When they carried that corpse to ask those questions, what they do, the way we do it in my place, one normal person and one drunkard will carry the corpse. And then those people, traditionalists, will come and they will say, if you are a witch, go and hit this house. But if you are not a witch, go and greet everybody. I don't know if they do it in your village. I'm telling you what they did in my community. And immediately they pick up the corpse of this woman. This woman started greeting everybody. They have not said anything. No. This corpse, this dead body started chasing the whole crowd. She was greeting them. And everybody start crying. This woman says she been witch before she died. How she can't they greet people? This woman says she been witch before he died. How he can't they greet people? Because people understand now that evil men have hand in her death. And then the person that is piloting that very tradition now went to the coffee and hit the coffee and said to the coffee, we didn't ask you to greet people. You can't deceive us. Just hold on here. But there was error already in that tradition. Because a witch don't greet people. This woman has greeted the whole community. That means she's not a witch. And then they reinforce their own evil. And they say, if you are a witch, hit this house. I tell you, that coffee, that dead body, hit down more than 20 rooms. Because the woman was a wealthy woman. She hit down more than 20 blocks of one room. Till the coffee scattered on the ground. But the community insists that she's a witch. And so she agrees she's a witch. She also says she's not a witch. And they buried the woman in the graveyard, in the cemetery. And that daughter, when they were burying the woman, put cutlass, put broom, put hammer, both chisel and nail. He buried all of them with the mother. And said to the mother, if you not be winch, they make you say you be winch. All the people responsible, they will not have rest until they join you. Mama, kill them. I will bring them inside this burial ground to join you. And they buried the mother. And then 1 month on, 2 months on, one of the daughter that promoted this evil came home and said she can't sleep. Their mother's spirit is chasing them. The last born said, then what do you want me to do? He said, we want to go to Mama grave. Because all of them abandoned the corpse for the last born. And the last born says, see, if you show me where we bury our mother, I will listen to you. But if you don't know where we bury our mother, I will not listen to you. Problem started. They went to the village, called the king. That woman insisted, if they don't show me where they buried their mother, I have no part with them. The matter lingered for some months and the first daughter died. When the first daughter died, they brought it to that last daughter took the first daughter and they buried her close to the mother. The first son died. The same thing happened. I can tell you that woman made sure that all his brothers who supported that their mother was witch, all of them were buried side by side with their mother. And I tell you, the testimony I know was that each of them were coming back from home. They were coming home crying that their mother is chasing them with cutlass and with broom and with wood. And these were those things that woman gave to them. Somebody say it's juju, it's juju. They can imagine all the people Nigeria has killed. I'm telling you my culture and tradition. I'm not telling you nonsense you are yapping. You can imagine all the IPOB member Nigeria has killed if they are using their firewood and cutlass and chasing Nigerian army. By now, nobody will be killing anybody. Don't you get it? There are things greater than us that we don't need to tamper with. I don't care how you feel. But just know this truth. Find out if these things happen. Find out. Somebody is going to tell me, but they were backward now. How did you know they were backward? Don't you know Britain and Europeans were living in the cave before now? Don't you know they were living in the cave? Were they living in Jupiter or Pluto? By that time, our own father was a chimpanzee and monkey on top of one mango tree or one banana tree. Their own father were like pig living inside cave. Don't you know? Because they don't promote it, it doesn't mean you don't know. Talk your own first, because they still respect their own. And now these are the laws of Anambra state governor in Biafra land. Cup must not be deposited in mortuary or any other place beyond 2 months. But who gave him that right? Because he contradicts the Bible, those of you who are Christian. Genesis chapter 50 verse 4 to 10. Number 2, there must not be wake-keep of any kind of diseased person in the state. All vigil, mass service or songs or religious activity for the deceased person prior to burial must end by 9. Who the idiot gives that order? Imagine when IPOB were gathered to bury the king and the queen. Blessed memory, the Kanu family. You will tell us to go home, to go and sleep around 9? Who the idiot is that? Our governors now, the custodians of our tradition and culture. Now you see, when they are giving all this law, it is because those people they kill are using firewood to pursue them. Fulani has told them, don't bury them again, oh, don't bury them again, oh. The thing they are doing, they are using firewood to pursue us. This is the only reason. This is the only logic that can make sense. Why a governor should be involved in culture and tradition. There are so many of them, almost 40. He said all burial ceremony for any deceased person in the state must be for 1 day. For 1 day. Number 5, no use of any type of gun. No use of any type of gun. But they do gun salute now. And there shall be no second burial rite, funeral rite, except in the case of legacy. The moment they say there shall not be any second burial rite, funeral rite for anybody in Anambra except on the case of legacy. What it means invariably is that when you die in Anambra, you don't have right for second burial, except you come and give them in Choncho. And then you now go to the Ministry of Burial. After all, Fulani herdsmen are doing a good job in killing people. When you get to Ministry of Burial, you now say it's a case of legacy. They say which type of legacy? Legendary or you now say legendary, say 2.5 million. Traditional legacy, 1 million. My people, wake up. There are a lot of things about our way of life. They carry power themselves that controls our territory. Stop the invaders. Stop evil from entering our land. Until we turn our back on them, they turn their back on us. Believe me, we have suffered more than our father. And if we do nothing, our children will suffer more than us. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, of course. Peke we say mama no go sleep, himself no go sleep. Maka no when bepu baba konembo. Understand? I didn't say you should worship Aaron. Say, I just simply said these are the things our father were doing. Now let us go back together and find out, were they evil? We need to know. Were they evil? Did your father not do it? Why did they do it? Are they the Satan? If our father is Satan, we need to know now. It is our right to know that our father is Satan. This is the only time we can say, God, we have sinned, forgive us. But if our father is the angel, this is the time we go to heaven and tell him, holy is the Lord. It's our right to know. Nigeria killed our parents. They shut us up. It's our right to know. They can't talk today because they know we know what they have done. Don't you get it? This moment our lines are open. When you call in, tell us how they bury people. Some of the things you notice is not normal. Some of the sin our father commit, it's our right to know. Some of the things you think, let's talk about it. Because each time I come here, I say, we know how to say, oh, may he rest in perfect peace. Why will they rest in perfect peace? The people who killed them, have they rest in perfect peace? Any Biafran that have been slaughtered, anywhere you are, whether they kill you, bury you inside a shallow grave, whether they kill you, throw you inside water, whether they kill you, build house on top of you, whether they kill you, pour acid for your body, make you no sleep, oh, no sleep. Any of your pikin where they say make you go, they sleep, slap them. Tell them say you no go sleep. No sleep until you kill all the people who kill you. Do to others as you want them to do to yourself. Everybody that have died, IPOB member that died in the hand of one Nigeria, not because we commit any sin, because we exercise our right to self-determination. Do not sleep. Do not sleep. Rest in peace is for those who don't have mission. You people still have mission. They are still killing us. Do not sleep, all of you that have been murdered. Don't sleep. Wake up and pursue them. If we want to take over their land, stop us. If we want to conquer them, stop us. But as far as they are in our land committing havoc, still killing and pillaging, do not sleep until they are gone, because IPOB stand between the living and the dead. This is one truth you will accept at the end of the day. You are Biafran anywhere in the world, you are here to join IPOB. Don't let anybody deceive you. There is no two ways about it. Everybody must come home. You must come home. You can. We have seen your type. Hey, we can't join them. They're not civilized. You will come. You will come. You will come like Zacchaeus at night. We will welcome you. But come honorable now, so you will not be like Zacchaeus. You will come home, except the blood of Biafra doesn't flow in you. The level we are following all of you, you must be born again. But we understand it's a gradual process anyway. You are looking forward to join IPOB. Send us your name, your phone number, your location to our WhatsApp line. I will send it to the nearest coordinator. And I beg you, wonderful coordinators across the globe, when your continental rep forward these names to you, please, that is your own job. Make the sacrifice. Talk to them. I understand how it feels. I called somebody this evening and said, I got your number from your sister regarding joining IPOB. But he said, "Give me this. My belly just spoiled." But I controlled myself. It's not easy. I just have to bear it. And I took time to explain, and he said, okay, I will call you back. Some of them can be very sarcastic, very frustrating, but it's our duty. We have to do that. That is the sacrifice we pay. Send us these 3 requirements: your name, your phone number, your location. The nearest coordinator will contact you. And of course, at this moment, our lines are open. That WhatsApp line is 070815 45642. 070815 45642. And then our direct line is 08122152971. 08122152971 is our direct line. And the special number for the female is 08128858614. Special number for the female is 08128858614. And of course, this is Radio Biafra, and our lines are open. Caller on the line, your name and where you calling from.
Hello, Mazi Onyeibe. Good evening.
Good evening from here. I hope you understand our topic this evening. Flow through that line, please. Go ahead.
Yes, Mazi Onyeibe. The work you are doing is very good work. May Kikabema bless you and keep you in the mighty name of Yahushua.
Thank you very much. We must continue. We are all in this together. I don't know how to see it, but everybody is doing what they are supposed to do. I will say it is a great privilege that I have this opportunity to serve Biafra on this capacity. What to do? Caller on the line, are you there? Monitoring Spirit. Good evening from here. Tell us about our discussion, please. Go ahead.
Mazi Onyeibe, those people can't be amaderege. Chai. They do them food. Those people can't be amaderege. They then Nnamdi Kanu. Eze. Nnamdi. Okwu Kanu. Otiri ọdụmọ nkịta ya wụrụ mmadụ. Jikere nchi iwe odogwu. Eze m nna m Biafra. Eze m nna m were isi kwere mkpọrọ na Biafra ga-adarịrị. Maka no hope. Ntụnụ nna m dị ndụ were anya ya hụ ndị mmụọ for 6 months. Nobody will deceive me. I advise you, go back to your roots. Let your ancestors follow you. Biafra must come either by peace or by peace. The whole world shuts down and Biafra will live. Chineke. Ebe chukwu get the money niile o ji kwụọ nkwa teta. Anyị nwere ndị nwere nzere ọzọ. Anyị nwere ojinwa mpụ. Onwedị ihe anyị na-enwego. Ọbụla ha chọrọ anyị nwere. Maazị Onyeibe ga-akọwagịrị n'ụlọ. Mgbe ahụ anyị nwekwara ndị ọjọọ. Mana ndị ọjọọ a na-ama na ha ndị ọjọọ. Anaghị agba ha dọọ. We are the best and the best of all human race. Trump cannot even stop Biafra. We are respecting him just because he's a resolute man. No, he's a resolute man. If you are not afraid to not to, can he talk against Biafra? Do you know what Biafra is? On your can also. There's a man in there for them. We will just give some respect. That's the state of you, no problem. No problem. I want you to tell us everybody, if you are the best, just to remember. I got to come on Bible, people state of target. Every USD. Come, shut up.
Thank you very much.
Having his heart. Everybody says, Mazi Onyeibe, because onye mi wana that you don't read you ụmụ Chineke biko no onye ọbụla ko chobi ya ka anyị lọ ga awon onye ndị a na-aba.
Thank you. All must heal Biafra. Thank you. Yes, sir, caller on the line.
Good evening, Mazi Onyeibe.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, I am Mr. Chibogo Biafra.
Yes, let's follow the line of the discussion. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I am from Obeledu, Aniota local government area of Anambra State in Biafra land. Hello?
Go ahead, the world is listening.
Thank you, my brother. I just appreciate your efforts towards this our struggle. I like your encouragement, the force you are giving us. Listening to your voice highs my morale. It makes me feel that we are still going somewhere, and by the grace of God, we will get to destination. I want to use this opportunity to encourage my fellow comrades. That's what we are doing. No matter what the enemies are doing, I believe the God Almighty, the God in heaven, the Chukwu Dikabiyama, He will see us through. He will lead us to the very destination where he has planned for us. I want to thank him, the Elohim, for his great doings. I want to thank him for giving us somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, our great leader, and all of you that are there at the high level of leadership of this very IPOB. I want to thank God for all of you. Listening to you people, hearing your voice encourages me. We have people in you. We have a great leader in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he's our second, Mazi Chemefo. I want to use this opportunity again to thank our good, great brother, Mr. Simon Ekpa, who is doing a wonderful job in his own side. And to you, my great
my brother,
African Rev, Mazi Onyeibe, I am grateful for what you are doing. May the Lord Almighty bless you day and night and at all times be with you to guide and direct you. And to all IPOB members world over, I pray God to always encourage us. No matter what the enemies are doing to stop us, I know and believe that God in heaven will never allow them to stop us. He that started this work, he that started this work of liberation will see us through. In Chukwuka name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. Call on WhatsApp.
Yes, I can hear you, my beloved brother, Mazi George Onyeibe.
Good evening.
Yes, I can hear you, my brother, Mazi George Onyeibe.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, good evening from here. Yes, shalom. Yes, my name is Akbarawa Itodefian. Akbarawa Itodefian is from Afansa. Afansa is in Ibiaran, and Ibiaran is in Afansa. Mazi George Onyeibe, honestly speaking, your program this evening is quite amazing. It's like you have woken the sleeping lion, where the lion was lying down, and you have woken the lion. I happen to come from the lineage of the kings, and I understood tradition perfectly well. And all what you're saying, most of our tradition have gone on extinction as it stands today. And our people are not keeping, and they are not looking into traditions any longer.
We may accept it. I think it is our right to know what they represent, why they did all those things. I think it's our right.
Yes.
Because if we don't know who the devil is, how will you be praying against the devil? And what if we wake up one day and everything they said about the devil is wrong? Then we have made a mistake. I want to believe if you are right, let's know you are right. If you are wrong, let's know you are wrong. Our culture and tradition and everything about us have been demonized. Now the truth is, let's know how demon they are. It's our right. Go ahead, please.
Yes, interesting, because so many things has gone and our people have not known many things. But I was an opportune for me to know most of those things because I grew up with my grandfather. Mazi George Onyeibe, you call something that tarry with what we do to call that what we used to call in our own native dialect. Nowadays the Akwa Ibom language that most of us speaks now, we mix it with English language. But when any of our brothers from Igbo speaking Biafrans will call something the original name of that thing that has been called from in those ancient days, it must definitely one way or the other carry with our own languages. Now you call that thing that they used to shoot, that gun that used to shoot. In our side we call it Ntogekbu, but there is a way that you call it Ntogekbu. There is a way that you call it in your own native language, but in our side we call it Ntogekbu. That gun that they will pin on the ground. That little gun that will pin on the ground, like up to 7 to 8 to 9, depending on how strong is the king, then they will shoot that gun. Yes. We call that gun Ntogekbu. But today people are king that is due. The honor is used to. Now let me come back home, George Onyeibe, so that I will not digress. Now you talked about our way of life and our tradition. Now while I was growing up, as a young man, when somebody died as a king, died in a community. Now, the first thing that they will do in our people, there's a way that they buried that person. As soon as that king died, they will make sure that they buried that king that same day. that person died, they won't keep that king that same day. And the way they do it, the traditional way that they do it, most of our people don't know. They will there is something that we call iron together. There is some carved image, little sticks that they will carve that will look like human beings. In our community, they believe that there is life after death. Now, what they will do that same day is that those little things that they carve that looks like little human being, they will put it in that coffin that they will use to bury that king that same day, so that they believe in afterlife, so that those things that they put will serve the king in his afterlife. That's what our people believe in my own community. I don't know how others do it. Now, when they put those things to the king in his grave, they will bury him that same day. Now, what they will do is that after like 1 week or 2 weeks or like 1 month before, they will do the proper burial of that person. Now the proper burial of that person that they will do now, there is a level that, let me just make it so that our Christian brothers, because we are all Christians, will understand what I'm trying to say, is that now there is a level that you go into Catholic Church. They will call you that you have fallen among the knights in Catholic Church. Now, I want to make it so that our people will understand. Now, if you are falling in the reign of that so-called the knights in Catholic Church, now you have moved away from the ordinary church members in Catholic Church. Now you have found yourself in another category of set of people. Now, as a king, there is what we call first-class king. Now you have shifted yourself away from the second class and the third class. Now you are first class king. Now, when such king died, now the day of that burial, they will bury that first day with those little statues that I mentioned that they will put that look like human being also, so that they will serve the king in that life. Now the proper day, since the death of that king, now there's a man that will stay on top of zinc. Now that king, now we call it in our community That's now that king now has gone beyond the level of ordinary church member, like in the like of knights in a Catholic Church. Now that king has gone away from the level of normal king. Now, started from the day that king died, somebody will be on top of roof, and this on top of roof that person will be with something that we call aborum. Aborum, that is a kind of drum. They carve it with stick. You knock it, not this normal drum. They carve it with stick and they tear one hole at the center. Then they dig this center, they dig this side. Then the middle, they tear hole. As you're knocking this side, it will give you different sound. You knock this side, it will give another different sound altogether. Now, on top of the roof that person will stay is on the roof, this mat. This is our native roof. This we call it ufonkinya. Not this zinc or normal zinc. That's roof that chuk your leg. We call it nkinya. We use mats. This tombo leaf to sew those mats them to make it. Then you use it to roof our house in those days in the village. That's where that person will stay on top of that roof. He will playing drums. Every day they will be changing duty until the day that they will do the proper burial of that king. Now the day that they will bury that king is not the king's body that they will bury again. They will cut what we call akpukom. They will cut plantain stick stem. That's plantain stem that they will put in the grave. Now nobody will be allowed to see the face of the king. Like you said, that there are some people that you don't need to see their dead body, that you cannot see. Oh God. No, I'm just laughing because most of the things that are in the Bible, our forefathers and our parents have been practicing this thing even before. Now the question is that, like you ask our people, how come that this thing is in the Bible? Meaning that this thing has been doing years back before even the existing of the Bible. Now, the day that they will bury the king, nobody will see anything. It is only coffee that you see. But what is inside, because I was privileged, because I come from the lineage of the king, the only thing that will be inside that coffee is that plantain stem that will be in that coffee that they will bury. Now, they will take that coffee to where they are going to bury that coffee. Now, the question is this. Now, if you are a wicked person also, if you are a wicked person, when you die, or for instance, now you are a wicked person, you put medicine in some of your plots in your land, and along the line, you call, unlike one man that puts in my own community, then he called everybody, that anybody that goes to his farm to go and steal his palm fruits, that medicine should kill that person. Now, he forgot to bring out himself. He said any person, himself is a person also, because he did not call himself, say, if me, the owner, and he mentioned his name, if me, Toro, should come to this farm and harvest my palm fruit, don't kill me. But he said anybody that should come, he forgot to take himself out. And he went to that palm fruit and he cut the palm fruit, and that thing killed him. He rise and he died. Now, what happened is this in my community. What we will do, because wicked people will pieces you bit by bit. You tear your leg. We bury you at one entrance to the community. We tear one of your leg. We bury you at one entrance to the community. That's how they will tear all part of your body. We will not bury in peace, so that next time it will be a deterrent to every other person, and you will not allow such thing to happen to anybody in our community. So any person that does such thing will be very, very careful, so that he will not cut himself into problem. Now, the thing was this, Mazi George Onyeibe, while I was growing up, because most of this tradition in my community, like my great-grandfather, because I happened to be the third generation. My grandfather was very old. I happened to be the third generation. That is Anambra, that is the third generation of my grandfather. Now, I met my great-grandfather. Now, when I met him, his name was Chief Edemokpabio. He was a very old man. He old until all his hair turns to white. Now, when I met this old man, I was following him very closely. Now, at a point, the man was very old and he fell ill, and they took him to Mary Slessor Hospital. Chief. Now, the second chief in the community now conspired with other people. Now, they want to dethrone my grandfather. Because now, in my community, before you become the first-class king, they have to do what we call that they will knock your head, the whole community. Let me call it juju, so that everybody will understand. They will call the whole juju of the, let me call it so that they will happy, the whole juju of the neighboring communities and the one in your own community. Then they will call one man. The man will give you capital knock on your head. This one is real knock, on your neck, on your head, on where we call it Ifamubong. That's in the stool of the king, the valley of the king. That's where they will take you down and they will knock your head perfectly. Now, when they gave you all this thing, now you are beyond any human destruction. Nobody can destroy you any longer. And you also, any day that you soil your hand on evil, that's the day that you meet your end. So if you do not soil your hand in evil, nobody can kill you. Now, my great-grandfather was very old, and they want to spoil the tradition. People want to take that throne away from him. My grandfather was at Mary Slessor Hospital. Now, people went back with the second, that's the deputy king of my community. Now they say that my grandfather is old, that they want him to go down and take care of this. But in my community, a king, before, when you old and you die, is a continuation. No any other person from another family to come to my family to take that stool away from our family. But this man wants to come in and take the stool. Now my grandfather said, okay, fine. Since this thing is like this, I am not dead, I am still alive. Now, if people don't want me to come back, now when my grandfather came back to the community, they were all scared. They thought that he was dead. Now they say that, okay, fine, that what they are going to do, that my grandfather is going to step down, that he cannot take the aim of the affairs of the community any longer, because if you soil your hand, you will die before your time. But my great-grandfather did not soil his hand. That was why he lived long. And they became so hungry and they want to spoil everything. Now the question was this: when they want him to step down, they say that his time has not come. Now they forced him. My great-grandfather said to me that meaning that now we're crippled day, that the community will be in peace, that when cripple is gone, that the community will be in problem. Mazi George, could you believe that my great-grandfather died since 1995? Up till date, as I speak to you, there is no king in my community till date. Count from 1995 till date. As I speak to you, there is no king in my community till date. Now, the second person that was the deputy king in my community woke up. Then now, the young man in the community that they call the Etubum Parawa, that is a father to young men in the community, rose up now to fight against him. And at the end of the day, two of them died prematurely. Now, another person also woke up and died prematurely. Until today, as I speak, that thing is still there. Nobody has ascended that throne in my community. So now, the ways of our fathers were still there. And now, even though another person should go into that throne, Mazi George Onyeibe, that person cannot go to that Ifamubong. We call it the valley of the king. That is stool of the king. You cannot go there and sit. You cannot go there and pour any drink, because that blood that links to that family is not there in your gene. So that's what happened. And our people nowadays, today, like you said also, that animal will die, people will eat it. In my community, we don't eat it. But people eat different things today. We have defiled our land, and we make ourselves very open for invaders to come and take us on. Because they call those things that our parents was doing those days, they say that it is an abomination. I happen to see that my great-grandfather married 4 wives. I asked him a question, say, Daddy, my great-grandfather, why do you marry 4 wives? He says that it is not proper when a woman is under his monthly cycle, that it is not proper for that woman to cook for you, that it is not proper for you to lay with that woman, that it is not proper for you to take anything from that woman. So that's the reason. So that if this one is going through his monthly cycle, then he can go to the room of this one can cook food for him. That when you keep yourself holy like that, that there's nothing of evil that can touch you. But today, even the one wife that we are talking of, we cannot maintain and we cannot even live long. Different diseases is coming our way because we have defiled our way of life. So that's the little thing I say. Let me just come in also to just tip in. I believe that some of our brothers are there to come in also. Thank you, my beloved brother. And shalom to you.
Yeah. Shalom. The truth cannot be overemphasized. Honestly, I feel like praying this evening that all the IPOB members Nigeria have killed, let all of them rise. If they were chasing Fulani now, like what happened in my village, I don't think they will be very fast to kill anybody. But having said that, it is our right to know all these things. If we're able to protect our land more than we have done, this is our culture. This is who we are. They are your father, and there is nothing you can do about it. The best thing you can do is know who they really are. Call on WhatsApp, are you there? Call on WhatsApp. Move away from your radio set, please.
Okay. Good evening, Senior Apostle. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother. Go
ahead. This is Arize Chukwu Victory, calling from Morocco. Mazi, I want to start by, first of all, thanking you for your work and for the service you are doing for the children of Okika Biama. All you have said, goes to because in my own, what I can contribute in this, my mom once told me, because my mom is from Orenkwaji in Unkore local government, and their community is called Umueke. She once told me that when they were kids, that if someone gave birth to a child, maybe you don't have a maid, and you want to go to market or you want to go to this and that, Python will move in. That you see Python used to move to communities. The Python will move into your house, and the Python will round that your baby. And you can go anywhere you want to go. You can go to the market, you can stay 4 hours or 5 hours, as long as you can stay outside, and you come back, that baby will not cry, that baby will be safe. And when you come, you buy what they call it, zuzu. I don't know the English name. You buy it and you to the Python, it will lick it and it will his way. These things are our traditional things that make us great. And I come in this land of Morocco. I understand one thing. Whenever an ambulance is passing, no motor dare overtake that ambulance and its convoy. No motor, no car can overtake an ambulance with cough, with a diseased person. No, there is no motor that can cross it. Every motor must be behind, following him. They give respect to the dead, and that is why everything is moving fine. But in our land, Christianity has spoiled everything. Yes, by His grace, we are saved, and we are expected.
Don't say Christianity.
Yes.
Let's focus on that. If you allow you to change the narrative, everybody will say Christian. I'm a Christian, and no pastor is going to tell me not to say what I want to say. If we want to focus on the narrative, as far as I want us to do, is nobody stop us. We stop ourselves. I hope you understand. Christian did not change you. They didn't use AK-47. You stop yourself. Nigerians work hard
I'm
to make
you,
sure
sir.
you don't embrace your culture. They took history away from school. And Oyibo told them you are evil. Our brother made the example of Catholic Church. I love Catholic Church in that aspect. When you are a native doctor, you go to Catholic Church. They give you the order of native doctor. When you are Ogomo, you go to Catholic Church. They give you the order of Ogomo. That is why you have Saint Mulumba, Saint all of them. All of them, they are there. They are knights. But they are the highest institution in the world. All those who menally, they are doing it in Catholic Church. But they call it order. And so if you say Christians stop you, then why are they practicing some of those things in the Catholic Church? That is the area I want to
Of course, Mazi,
go ahead.
I have to agree with you that we stopped ourselves, because even Christ, when the disciple came to him and asked him, among all these laws, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, what is the greatest? And Yeshua tell them that love your neighbor as you love yourself. That is the greatest commandment, which is to say that all this that we stop ourselves. And Mazi, you are really doing a great job. May Chukwu bless you for enlightening us. Because somebody like me, I'm raised from a family that we don't tradition things are not being told us. All we know about is the things of the spirit, Christianity of a thing. But we are being denied our culture. We are being denied our history. So you are really on in those years. You are really impacting knowledge. Yes, you know what you are doing, but the height of what you are doing, it have a great impact in us. So I'll continue to pray for you. May Okikatama bless you. You shall live long and see Biafra. Even your children will see Biafra.
Thank
you, sir. Good night.
Yes. People, of course, because of their level of assimilating, absorbing the knowledge, it's not easy for them, We just have to help them somehow. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes.
Good evening.
Greetings, Mr. Onyeibe. Chukwudi Chime. Omenugu. Asim Radio Biafra, Radio Biafra. Na-ewota irulo, na-emerikwa ndị iro. Onyeibe Radio Biafra, Radio Biafra. Na-ewota irulo, na-emerikwa ndị iro. Jisike n'ọlụ na-alụ, jisike ụmụnne m, jisike n'ọlụ unu na-alụ. Nwanne m anụmanụ, I dey hear wetin they talk. Now we stop ourselves. Because one thing we say, we are lost in translation sometimes. And they teach us say everything will be saying na our own, na evil. If you say I am spiritual, then go praise you. But if you say evil in a more, in a gum more, I know. So, and Ndocha oge ndị abịara asị bekee or whatever, ha bịara, I noticed some different things with our people. Makwara na Aiwa, they notice that we are the people we are Hebrews, we are the people of the book. So now this is why I was listening to a man, a native doctor, one time on Facebook. I got one thing. What did the man say? Because somebody who wants to learn is, if you're searching for truth, you are looking anywhere. My mother said, who they find a thing, they find them anywhere, where they and where no they. Because you don't know where you go find them. But when you find them, you go know say you don't find them. So that very day, this native doctor they talk, of course, our biblical aspect, get that idea. But me, I learned something from him that day. Because he mentioned, say, when they separate people, when Europeans come. So when they separate people, when they see, say, our people, they get something about our people, they go say, Oyibo, Moyibo. And in order for them to pronounce it, they go say, Oyibo. This is why we call them Oyibo.
They will say, them Oyibo. That is, he was trying to degeneration of the Hebrew words. Oyibo. Down from River State, the moment they left Calabar or Kereka, the place they settled down on the interland was Obibo. And they were asking them, Oyibo. That is how those names came. Oyibo, yes, so Oyibo. Are these people Igbo?
So-
Because they were looking for a particular breed of blacks. Go ahead.
True. This is it, and this is now we begin trying to imitate them. How then they say
Now,
because
we
they
now
know
call them Ndi Oyibo. Ndi Oyibo.
Yeah. Yes. Now, so now when people everywhere then they say Igbo, and now where we see our confusion. When we see somebody they speak any European language, they say they speak Oyibo. But now when we don't reason, now we see English where we say that them come colonizers. And when we see Spanish person, we call all of them Oyibo. But they would not put Oyibo, then they speak. Now there we go begin to identify our miscommunication. So because that's the slavery where they put inside us, this is the time where we say this job well now they do, my brothers. Now the job where we say now the regeneration now we day here so now he gonna make our people where we say because he cross River Niger, he go call him brother say wo Igbo. Now Igbo take the talk more. In name na Igbo name in be Igbo they say wo Igbo. And me I look at I go say what's in the happen. But everything happened for a reason because we desecrate our ancestors and Yehoshua, we misbehave. And this is the time of the returning. And this is why all these things are happening in this time. I remember that Ohamadike mentioned Marcus Garvey the other day. Our flag, now the only thing was different from the flag of Biafran flag and the one that Marcus Garvey initiated. Not only the rising sun were there, but now black man stole, now black man unia, now in the thing where the greatest Negro organization. When they born the man for Jamaica, now you go America, they deport and they do everything. Say now black people worldwide. So now the thing when he mentioned, and now the man to Haile Selassie, what they say in Mito Ojukwu, the King of Kings. So now all these whole things are connected all together. So we are lost in translation in most things. He gets from my village, my auntie marry, where we say the first daughter. Now the second wife, by the way, the second wife she be because the husband was not a Christian.
It's quite unfortunate we're losing that caller. But all the same, we have come to the end of this segment. And this is where I'll be drawing the curtain. And be rest assured, I will be back in no time. Sincere apology to those that cannot take their call now. And I truly appreciate those who were able to make their contribution. Do not make any mistake about that. Most of the things we study in school, if you know how they came about, honestly, whatever we talk about the colonial terrorists, they took risk. Many of them died to subdue us. They keep coming. I want you to learn how they undo you. Somebody left London. There are about 400 of them in a ship with gun, ammunition, and cutlass. These were armed robbers. They landed in the Bight of Bonnet. They entered our community, start killing people. And maybe after they have killed like 200, we killed them and about 10 were able to escape. They ran back to where they came from. They regroup again and they still come. They are so determined to make sure they rob us. Today they are holy. I won't accept that. They are terrorists. And then if we will put on the same level of resistance and tell Fulani to go their own, Nigerian to go their own, I don't think it's a crime. And if we fail to do that, our children will sing alongside the same melody that you are evil. That you are evil. I'm not evil. Adia Mama. Good night. And Chukwuka Abiyama be with you.
The history of a people, I repeat, is like the stream of life from which the character form and structure of the identity, their backwardness and progress are drawn. It affords the people the platform on which to predict their future. Though, just as every stream has a source, so every group of people has a beginning.
I had a voice on the radio. Radio Biafra. London is the mouthpiece of the Biafrans. Nandekano is his name. He made a vow to fight the end till our nation Biafra is restored. We love him, it's our mentor. Biafra is for real. Yeah, yeah. We will keep on fighting till the end. Now.
Anything you hear on Radio Biafra is the gospel truth.
I had a voice right in the air, sounding like a thunder, calling for my freedom. Yeah, now I conquer. I had a voice right in the air, telling me to listen. Biafra freedom is near. It's telling me Biafra is my name. Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home, my home. It's telling me Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home, my home, my home. For many years after the war, yeah, we be praying to Kike to give us a good leader in Biafra land to replace Ojukwu. Until I wake up one day, one morning, I tune to my radio 102.1 FM, radio Biafra. All I had is love.
The people cannot predict their future if they do not know their past.
Yeah. Nandekano's voice, I had a voice like him. Yeah. Sounding like a thunder, calling for my freedom. Yeah. Now I conquer. I had a voice like in the air, telling me to listen. Biafra freedom is near. It's telling me Biafra is my way. Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home, my home.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra Extra, and we are reaching you live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Ukafomefo. Mazi Ukafomefo is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Ukafomefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Of course, you may not be able to comprehend the truth behind those words, most especially when you are not born in Nigeria. Capital of corruption in heaven and in earth. And of course, Mazi Ukafomefo is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the king of Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. Abia State is Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remained the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years. The one and the only man who stands up in a time like this to speak, look at evil in the face and call them by their name. He is the director of Radio Biafra, as well as Biafran Television, the one and the only man that commands our loyalty. For whatever he say we will do, wherever he lead, we go. And by the grace of Chukwukikabiama, I remain George Onyeibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, I cannot proceed until I acknowledge the Creator, Chukwukikabiama, the one who lives in heaven and presides over the affair of man, for he is the one who has set our feet upon this feet path that we must follow. I don't pray to him, but I worship him. We decree and it comes to pass. That is why our ancestors say, Ani kwiku, ani meme, ana agwo, ani re. Ibuchukwu eboge madwe. Ibuchukwu eboge madwe. Anya neluwam. Ibuchukwu obinigwe. Ibuchi me. Ibuchukwu eboge madwe. Ibuchukwu onye na-agwọ ọrịa mo analego. Ibuchukwu onye na-echi ikpe ziri ezi agbanwe o. Ibuchukwu onye njanyisi Ibuchi me. Ibuchukwu eboge mmadụ. Anyị na-aja gị mma o n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya n'ịna gị obiọma gị. Ojuru anyanya dadio inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dị onye dịka gị ebu Alpha na Omega Anine na sena medemau. You see. The truth cannot be overemphasized when it comes to the issue of Biafra. Believe me, we are not going to apologize. Without wasting much of our time, we shall go to our topic this evening, which is simply titled, We All Know the Truth, Just That We Lack, or just that we lack the sincerity to enforce the truth. We all know the truth, just that we lack the will or the sincerity to enforce the truth. We all know the truth. Honestly, we all know the truth that what they are doing to us as Biafra is not fair. We all know the truth. To see that we are all gathered in the stage in life. There is a stage we get to in life. We know the truth that you're too old to be a young boy. You're too old. There are stages you get to in life. You will know the truth. What is the truth? That is that you are too young to be called a boy. I have a friend. Anytime I go to his house, his children will be calling him young daddy, young daddy, young daddy. But the guy knows he's not a young daddy. And that is the moment of truth. Your children can call you young daddy. You can decide to be a young papa. But you know you are not a small boy. And not until you get to that stage, you will be fooling yourself. Go and look at Arewa youth secretary. Arewa youth secretary that is telling you that the issue of Biafra looks childish to him. He's older than my father. But he's a youth secretary. The youth secretary is even older than Arewa youth president. And all the youth presidents in Nigeria, the youngest among them should be 70 years. Who is deceiving who here? The issue in one Nigeria is what all of us are aware of. Anybody coming to pretend they don't know what is happening in Nigeria, you are deceiving yourself. We have passed that stage. The government knows the truth. Nigerian government knows the truth. You see, when they say coronavirus entered Nigeria, we know they lie. Are we saying we are invincible? Are we saying we are immune to coronavirus? Are we asking you not to take care of yourself? Are we asking you not to prevent it? No. But we know no coronavirus come into Nigeria. And if you are in Nigeria and you are afraid of coronavirus, then you are not in Nigeria. Why will you be afraid of coronavirus? So that it will not kill you? Are more Nigerians not dying more than the ones who coronavirus has killed in China? Don't you understand? Everybody say, oh, these people we have fear. But it doesn't make sense if coronavirus can kill 20,000 in China in 1 month. Whereas in Nigeria, Fulani herdsmen, Miatiala, Lamido Sanusi, Lamido, Boko Haram, and the rest terrorist group can kill triple of that number in a week. Why are we going to be afraid of coronavirus or coronavirus? Let us tell ourselves the truth. Nigeria know the truth, for instance. Oh, one Italian man, he entered Nigeria. He was carrying coronavirus, and then they now detected, they now raised alarm. They now traced the man all of a sudden. They now landed in Ogun State, and as they land Ogun State, he had touched 72 people. They now quarantined them. The Italian man don't have name. The next thing, we are moving ahead. We're taking him back to Lagos for proper cross-examination. Is it in the law court? But Nigeria know the truth. Everybody know. They move ahead, and then another coronavirus is in Enugu. You see this one, we have caught it, we have diagnosed it. IPOB is waiting for all of you. You can steal money, but you are aware now that the level of money you would have stolen because of coronavirus, you can't steal it. Everybody know the truth. And so the government of Nigeria know the truth. The monarchs in Biafra land know the truth. The truth that Nigeria is not working. Nigeria cannot work. Nigeria must dismember. All of you know the truth. The politicians know the truth. What are they doing in their hollow chamber? Oh, president, come and make speech. Come and talk about colonial, but they can't pronounce it. Have you people not noticed I cannot pronounce it? I may have a little speech impediment. It's not my fault. I can't pronounce it. I accept it. You don't know almost every day I recite it, so I can pronounce it well. Whether it's Toyota Virus or Toyota Corolla or Toyota Corona, I can't pronounce it very well. But my happiness is that whether I call it Toyota Corolla or anything, you understand what I'm saying anyway. I admit, Buhari cannot pronounce it. And how can he address Nigeria? Of course, they will teach him tonight. Tomorrow he will address you, idiot everywhere. You people know Buhari is dead. That Sudanese man cannot pronounce it. But you are going to sit in the hollow chamber. Oh, let Buhari talk to us. We are waiting for him. Talk about Kuru. What is he going to say? We all know the truth. The military knows the truth. Nigeria is not working. You swore an oath to defend your father's zoo called Nigeria. To defend your father's zoo, you have killed more Nigerian innocent civilians more than Boko Haram. To crown it all, you aid and abet Boko Haram. To crown it all, when you manage to arrest some of them, according to them, they reincorporate them into your squad, which makes all of you Boko Haram. When I come here, we tell the world that Nigerian army and police, SAS and civil defense, including immigration, air force, artillery, boys brigade, all of them are Boko Haram. People say it's a propaganda. But when the government of the day will say they have arrested 2,000 Boko Haram and they reincorporated them into Nigerian army, does it not show the platform for us to be justified? So if you are in the army, we say you are a terrorist. Accept you are. Whether you are a repented one or you are not a repented one, all of you are terrorists. You know the truth. Brutal knows the truth. He went to murder people in Mazi and the Kanosas, our supreme leader. He knows the truth. The civil servant knows the truth. Every civil servant in Nigeria knows the truth. You work very hard, they will undermine you. You know the truth. Nigeria is not working. All of you know. The rich knows the truth. The foreigners know the truth about Nigeria. The British government knows the truth about Nigeria. Everybody knows the truth. Even the fools that Nigerian cannot walk. Even the fools know that Nigerian cannot walk. Why? Because of the following reasons. They all know it won't work. But let's follow it a bit. Number one reason. We are not the same people. That is, we do not appreciate the same value system from physical to spiritual. We are not the same people. This is one truth. Let's follow them. Nigerians are not the same people. From spiritual to physical, our value system are not the same. So before any idiot will come here and tell me how to talk, respect yourself and sit behind. We are not the same. Heaven and earth bear witness that we are not the same. Well, how do I mean? Do you know as a Biafran that it's very difficult for a Biafran to be a Muslim? Let's tell ourselves the truth because we all know the truth. And so when you see a Biafran who is telling you, I'm a proud Muslim, you know the truth that something is wrong. I'm not saying there are no Biafrans that are Muslim. The governor of Imo State is a Muslim. There are many Imo people. Yusuf Nworo is their head. Yusuf Nworo, he live around control. He's the head of Imo State Muslim. Asare is the other one. Is Asare heading in Bayelsa State or River State? Because I know it's from River State. If you come to River State and do Muslim for us, we have a lot of Muslim, but we all know the truth. our culture and tradition does not tally with Islam. In as much as we don't hate Muslim, what they believe is against our culture and tradition. It can't work. And so when you say you are a Muslim as a Biafran, you are an alien to us. We can condemn Christians from here to tomorrow. We understand like we are trying to narrate or explain in our go back to your root. Everything in the Bible is actually our way of life. Only that some makeup and costume was added. Maybe minus and suppression. It's almost the same value system. But that of the Muslim is not. We are not the same. The Awusas, on the other hand, are wonderful Muslims. Very wonderful one. They can kill all of you for Allah. There are many wonderful things they do in the name of Allah. That is for the Fulanis. But the Yorubas, on the other hand, they can be good Christian at the same time good Muslim. If I call them chameleon now, those friendly Yoruba guests, we say come and say we go to talk to them, no man, you don't have sense. They talk of Ogomo, anyone, they have the anointing of immutation. They are leading you to heaven in the name of Jesus Christ. They are leading you to Muslim in the name of Allah. They are leading you to Shango in the name of Ogomo. I give it to them. But we are not the same. From the food we eat, we are not the same. From the way we behave, we are not the same. So why are we deceiving ourselves? Those Nigerian youth who are listening to me, whether you are Yoruba, you are Hausa, you are Fulani, minority in the north, you are Igbo, you are Niger Delta, Upland, Riverine, I want you to observe your leaders very well. They are lying to you. Our culture contradicts each other. Our value system will only encourage us to kill one another. But British government understand they need to put a pendulum of chaos in place, which will enable the system to malfunction. And each time you try to control this pendulum of chaos, you cause more havoc. You cause more destruction. All you need to know is to understand that there is no remedy to this pendulum of chaos, but rather to reject it in its totality. And then all the hulubalu they have caused in our land will boomerang. We will have peace in the end. And so when anybody say, oh, our one undivided Nigeria, our one Nigeria in territorial integrity, they lie to you. I want to know this truth. Oil and water cannot miss. He's a good man, but he's a murderer. He was the one who sponsored the starvation in Biafra land. Awolowo, a Yoruba man. But at least he was sincere enough to tell himself the truth. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Kerone. We don't love ourselves in Nigeria. And as such, we don't trust one another and can never respect one another. If you see Yoruba talk about Igbo man here, you will pity for Igbo man. Honestly. If you see Yoruba talk about Igbo man, you will pity for Igbo man. Igbos are ritualists, Igbos are criminal, Igbos are armed robber, Igbos are this one. Go and listen to Adenika's grandson. We will kill Igbo, we will poison Igbo, Igbo are idiot, God will punish Igbo. There's some idiot Igbo think they want to be holy. They are supporting Yoruba. May the Lord be with all of you. We don't respect ourselves. We don't love ourselves. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Yoruba know this truth. We don't love ourselves. They can be leading you to Jesus Christ. They will poison you the slightest moment Yoruba know you want to take their position in the church. They will poison you. Go and ask David Ebiome. Go and ask Okai or Biomokpai choosing. All of them know this truth. Go and ask Bishop Michael Kenkwo and Anthony Vinage. All of them know the truth. They can pretend. Nonsense. We all know the truth. We don't respect ourselves. The Igbo man changed his name to English name. The Igbo man is humiliated and humble. The Igbo man is frustrated inside one Nigeria, all because of Yoruba on their Gota media. Before IPOB came, these are the news we hear. Evans, kingpin kidnapper. There has never been any kingpin kidnapper. Only Evans, Igbo man. Fulani are not kingpin, no. They are misguided brothers. God will punish all of you. Only Igbo man is a kingpin kidnapper. It's on record. Fulani herdsmen that have been adopting everybody now, they are not kingpin. The main terrorist, Lamido, Sanisi Lamido now is in Lagos. They will take Yoruba land. You people get ready. You don't know what is coming for you. You stop deceiving yourself. Lamido is in Lagos to perfect the terrorism act. Yoruba think Omotekun will save them. The only thing that will save all of you is begin to shout for the division of Nigeria. Leave all those grammar. No be today, nyashi day for back. We don't love ourselves in Nigeria. Igbos are armed robber, Igbos are ritualists, Igbos are this one. It's Yoruba. Our leader formed BSS. Yoruba man was the commissioner of police in Abia State. There is no horrible words he didn't use for us. Why can't we tell ourselves the truth? You go to the north. Fulani have reduced Awusa to common beggar. The only thing that comes to the mind of Awusa youth is Bambiala. They know the truth, but they are claiming we are not Anas, we are not Anas. The TV know that they are willing to, and they will wipe them away. TV know they don't love themselves. Gwari man know they don't love themselves. But you know, falsehood. We're going to pretend to be one Nigeria. All of them in the beat. Hey, let's deal with Igbo man. We shall see how it ends. We don't love ourselves in Nigeria. Oh, we are born to rule. We are born to rule. We are born to rule. When I look at some comments, it amazes me. The reason why the money we are borrowing from China, we don't put Igbo, we want Igbo to stop IPOB. But have they forgotten that George Onyeibe is not Igbo? Onyeibe is not Igbo. I am Niger Delta man, according to Nigerian decree. So if you can stop Mazi and the Kano, that is Igbo man. Me now, Onyeibe, I am not Igbo man, I am Abo man. So you see, you have to expand your scope of stupidity. Nonsense. Let us tell ourselves the truth now. Nigerians don't love themselves. That is why they constantly project false image. One Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. All of you anywhere in the world, from Malaysia to Indonesia to America to Europe to Mexico, everywhere you are in the world. Have you seen any country in the world where they put one in order to project false unity aside Nigeria? I've never seen. We don't love ourselves. Let us tell ourselves the truth. We will come out, I've never heard one America. Oh, we are one America. Oh, we are one Chinese. Oh, we are one North Korea. Oh, we are one India. Have you heard about it before? Only in Nigeria, because we are not one. It is so obvious. They keep saying we are one, we are one, we are one, we are one, we are one. And so they hypnotize you and think we are one. We are not one. Nigerian youth, ask yourself, why is it that Nigeria is the only country that put one ahead to project false unity? Make we tell ourselves the truth now. Nigerian cannot walk. Nigeria cannot walk. Because why? We don't love ourselves. Instead of Nigerian to spend time over the years to create impression that will promote love, foster unity, they carry the same disease and come to Biafra land. Why they say, oh, Nigeria love themselves, Nigeria love themselves, Nigeria love themselves. They are busy singing, Igbo don't love themselves, Igbo don't love themselves, Igbo don't love themselves. The day you people will see revelation, you are not ready. You don't know. All those smart Yoruba is playing, I pity all of you, because Yoruba is divided. We now know that all Yoruba are not the same. All of you are not the same. Yoruba are ready to fight against themselves more than ever. Because some Yoruba like Tinubu thinks they own Yoruba. Because that same spoon you used to feed us, you will eat with that spoon. The time of Amodudu Walemi is going already. Divide Nigeria before it's too late. The Kale is not Ijebu. Ijebu is not Ife. Stop deceiving yourself. Go to Kwara State and listen to how they address you. They don't believe they are Yoruba because Emir have brainwashed them. The same way you try to brainwash us. There are some Igbo people in Ali Balogun there going to naked themselves before Yoruba. We have all your name. We have your record. We will address your issue later. But that same seed of discord they sow in our midst, it will get to them. But what am I saying in effect? They push it to us. Oh, Igbo don't love themselves. Oh, Igbo don't love themselves. If we don't love ourselves, now your love. But the truth remains that Nigeria is the ones who don't love themselves. We all know the truth that Nigeria was created with a wrong motive, targeted at the Biafrans, not only to emasculate us, but as well as exterminate us. Let's sit back and look at how things go. Many countries in the world as we speak today have allocated millions of dollars. What is naira? For instance, the USA has released 1 trillion emergency stimulus money or fund for each citizen. This fund, as they have released, it is said that I think about a citizen will have access to $1,000 to enable them manage their life during the era of coronavirus. United Kingdom, as they call themselves, have also amassed the tone of 330 billion pounds business loan package. Their intention is there may not be enough buying and selling, restriction because of coronavirus, just to help the people so they can still be on their feet before they get solution to the coronavirus. Now, you go to Germany. The German government have released $600 billion for the same purpose. Canada have released $20 billion as well, just to help manage their people. So if you are from this country now, they will be giving you money. Some of them say don't pay house rent until this issue is solved. Just stay home, let's manage it. But what is Nigeria doing? Nigeria is going to borrow $30 billion. That's what Nigeria is planning. They are in World Bank now. China have turned them down. May God bless China. Because all those money, we shall see how it will be paid. And so they have moved to the World Bank. Oh, borrow us 30 billion. What are they going to use it to do? They are going to use it to buy fuel to run generator. Girlfriend allowance. Newspaper allowance. Honorable allowance. NEPA allowance. Generator allowance. Before they even project bill itself, sponsor bill, the money will not be enough. And then idiot are coming and say, hey, in Nigeria, we are trying to mechanize. You don't have sense. We all know the truth. Nigeria was created with the wrong motive. We own the resources Nigerians are using and all the oil companies are stealing. We own the resources. There is a conspiracy against us that they will not allow us to build seaport in our land. Yoruba alone reserve that right. There is a conspiracy against us that they will not allow us to have international airport. Hausa reserve that right. Yoruba have their commission. There is a conspiracy against us by the British government that our road cannot be tied. We are not expected to see any good in our land. A conspiracy to begin to depopulate us even before any other depopulation agenda. It was built on wrong motive. Now we know all these things. A brother somewhere was on railway line, videoing a railway from underground. A railway line almost more than 30 feet below the earth's surface. And the brother was like, in Nigeria, they try to see how they go use poster color, paint the road. Look at these people. Their train line is almost 30 feet below the earth's surface. You go see on top of, under your house, train they pass them, under your house. Idiot, they hear they say, our Nigeria, our territorial Nigeria, in territorial. God will punish all of you. And tomorrow you will run to London and America and Germany. Go to all these countries. They have railway lines that are almost 70 feet below the ground. And when you go the underground now, almost 100 feet or more, it looks like daytime. Idiot, say, hey, this is our one Nigeria. Why can't we tell ourselves the truth? Nigerians are just saying, is it 20 billion naira they release to complete East-West Road? East-West Road that have been under construction almost 30 years. Yes, I say it's a welcome development. The 20 billion will work. Are you an idiot? It is just like East-West Road is just like Ogoni cleanup. East-West Road is just like Second Niger Bridge. East-West Road is just like Igbo presidency. All these are political terms. And then some people want us to behave like Mumu. Nonsense. When you are in Nigeria, anywhere you are in the world, just listen to what I'm saying and judge yourself. You will see you are very wicked or you are very hopeless. The only reason Nigeria exists is to emasculate the Igbo man. Weaken you completely. Totally, economically weaken you. Are you not seeing it happening? But they notice that Onyechukwu gozira gozi Ezekobo imelumala nwannem ineme na nkete. Onyechukwu gozira gozi Ezekobo imelumala nwannem nineme na nkete. They know they cannot emasculate you. Now it is to kill us. Extermination. And you are all seeing it. And you are trying to do you are born again. If I say thunder will fire you, it will look at us insulting you. We all know the truth. Very pathetic. Very bad. We have all wounded ourselves so deeply that it is almost impossible for the wound to heal. Because the situation that have wounded us is still being sustained by the same system that created it in the first place. We have all wounded ourselves. Yoruba have their own story, but I wonder what it is. But to know that Ojukwu freed Awolowo and locked up Adakaburu, and Awolowo went to Yoruba land and betrayed Ojukwu and released Awolowo. And Ijaw people are angry for Igbo man. That why did he release Awolowo? You lock our brother. Today the fraction is still there. And that is our story. Yoruba ngundu Igbo man. When you come and say, Ijaw hate me, Ijaw hate me. That is where the hatred started from. Because I don't think anybody knows he's a Ijaw man before the Yoruba came. Why would we deceive ourselves? When you see a real Ijaw man that want to tell you the truth, the hatred deepened because of Awolowo. I do not know the yardstick or the reaction or rationale behind Ojukwu action. The wound is deep, but it will heal. Today they are coming with the same game. We have wounded ourselves. Let's tell ourselves the truth. What I'm doing here on Radio Biafra, I am wounding Yoruba. I want to wound the Yoruba physically and spiritually. It is amazing. The Hausa, the Fulani, the Middle Belt. Inyamere. Should I play the music for you? Hey, Inyamere, Onyeibe, Inyamere. Should I play the music for you? We have all wounded ourselves. You want us to live with the memory that you are a warrior. Yakubu Gowon and Obasanjo, Babangida on your wheelchair, and all the idiot. You want us to stomach it that you are a general because you killed our mother and father. I'm not the Igbo man, no. Onyeibe is not Igbo man. But why you took my mother money is what I cannot fathom. I thought I'm a Niger Delta man. Why did they take my mother's money? She never had a bank account till she died. She's a very wealthy woman, I must tell you. I won't tell you about the challenges. But I know one day we became uncomfortable. Every armed robber in our hometown know that we keep money at home. They may not be man enough to come and rob us because our house is a mini barrack. But it was not safe for us. And one day I called my mother and I said, why don't you take this money to the bank? He said to me, during the war, they took all my money. They gave me only 20 pounds. And I thank God for IPOB, Mazi and the Kano. I was able to fix the puzzle. So they took our parents' money and built Cabri, Nigerian PLC. And built company for Yoruba. The one Adenka grandson is telling you, Yoruba have company. Yoruba, our parents' money. Can you heal this wound? We all know the truth. Too. Nigerian cannot walk. I will stop at this for reason because of time. The reason why I brought up this issue. Yoruba socio-political organization, a replica of Ohaneze Ndigbo, the Yoruba own of Ohaneze Ndigbo. The Yoruba version of Ohaneze Ndigbo, which is Afeni Ferreri, on Wednesday, being today, raised an alarm that Nigeria may break up in the nearest future. They didn't say Nigeria will break up. They say Nigeria may break up. This is under probability. I have told you, the only people I have regard for and show you respect is people who want Nigeria to destroy. Divide Nigeria, let everybody go. If you like, you are my father. The moment you support the idea behind one Nigeria, you are my enemy. I don't send you. I don't send you. I may be able to do something today. I may not be able to do something today. But I will die knowing that I hate Nigeria with cruel hatred because Nigeria has made a lot of widows and orphans. Nigeria has murdered sleep and they cannot go to sleep. The Ohaneze Ndigbo version of Yoruba, Afeni Ferreri, today have raised alarm. They didn't say Nigeria will divide though. It is under probability. Nigeria may divide. Game. And some of us are happy. Hey, Afeni Ferreri has saying, hey, me I'm happy. Now we has spoken. They go to Abuja to negotiate for us. Who be the fool for here? That is why if I say go back to our root. Some people don't understand. There is one of our ancestors. I know what is that his son. Ichena Amado Ubewu Kodin Konti. Ichena Amado Ubewu. One of our musicians' sons. Do you think we are who? We are goat? Oh, Mado Kaibo. We should be happy. The Ohaneze Ndigbo group of Yoruba, the same version of Ohaneze Ndigbo, the Yoruba Ohaneze Ndigbo, Afeni Ferreri, said that with the way Nigeria is behaving, Nigeria may divide. They didn't say Nigeria will divide. Afeni Ferreri, National Publicity Secretary, Yinka Odumake, who spoke with Daily Post, was reacting to claim by Nnamdi Kanu, that is of course our supreme leader, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, that Biafra will be achieved in his time. And so our people are happy. Hey, Yoruba have mentioned us. Oh, Yoruba have mentioned us. I'm happy. Hey, Avani Ferrari. Ahanezendibo Yoruba version have mentioned us. I'm happy. Hey, look at me. Self-determination will become inevitable. Like I said, the way power have been used in the last 5 years, pushing many nationalities to that conclusion. Now what he's saying is that they are trying to encourage everybody. Obasanjo have said they have to restructure Nigeria. But Obasanjo is not in the position to talk about restructure. Gowon is not in the position. Tinubu is not in the position. Kwankwaso El-Rufai, all of you, Atiku, no Nigerian senator, nobody is in the position to talk about restructure. Restructure start by giving us account, details of what happened in Abuli Accord. You don't want to talk about it. How dare you talk about restructure? Ojuku call for restructure. British government told Gowon not to agree. Gowon led a war that slaughtered over 10 million people. Today, he wants me to respect Christians. I even lose my respect for Christians for any church that allow Obasanjo and Gowon to mount their pulpit and preach. I know you are a scam. You are a 419. That was restructure. Ojukwu gathered all of you. As your leader, Ojukwu was all of your leader. And said, no. Sansan don dey plenty too much inside Gare. Yoruba, you are wonderful people. Go and organize yourself. Your son Awolowo is in detention by Fulani man. I release him. Go and settle yourself. Awusa, yes, there is up and down. My junior brother, Niger Delta man, Chukwuma Zogo, must have done something. We are really sorry. Go and replan yourself. I will go back to Biafra land. I will talk to Adakaburu. Let's rebuild our nation. And then we can have our own security. We can now have our own system of government. And then we'll have the federal that will manage or supervise the in terms of, how do they call it? Is it international logistic or international relationship? The federal government will be doing that. You people say, no, it is one Nigeria. Some idiot will tell you that it's Agun Yoronsi that brought us into unitary system. But we understand where all of you are coming from. You all said no. Instead, you intensifying the killing. So, when you come today, and you are telling us about the restructure, what do you want us to call Abuli Accord? All of you, God will punish all of you. But come to think about it. Outside the war, have you killed anybody because of restructure? Kill Yoruba youth because of restructure. Kill Hausa Fulani youth because of restructure. And then we will embrace it. But without that, we want Biafra. Biafra or Biafra. Because men, women, child, boy child and girl child, old and young, in millions have died because of Biafra. And we tell you, their death will not be in vain. Aferi Yoruba Hanes Ndibo fashion. Oh, let's go and restructure. How are we going to restructure it? I understand fully well. Forget about your extensive knowledge. A proper restructured Nigeria is as well as, almost as good as Biafra we seek for. But we say no, that name will not work. That game will not work. Failure to restructure the breakup of Nigeria is inevitable. Yes, we have reached that point that Yugoslavia, USSR, reach. That is why we are screaming, shouting. And when men like Obasanjo, who is Obasanjo? Terrorist. Gowon, who is Gowon? Genocidia. Start warning us about such consequence. We must take it very seriously. Because a constitution that does not bend will break. Nigerians don't have constitution. What they have is decree. Of course, I may subcon a little bit to what Obasanjo and Yakubu Gowon is saying, because they know they cannot break Ojukwu. They may bend him temporarily to their will, but Philip Effiong made it clear that a day like this will come, and now a day like this has come, and Mazi cannot take the lead, and we are following him. If it has to take another prophecy to change the tide, the prophecy will come and the tide will change. But we still have time to do the right thing. We all know the truth. Those who want good neighbor, all those married to Yoruba, related to Yoruba and blood, begin to beg them, beg Afeni Ferreri, beg all of them, Obasanjo, and say, let's divide Nigeria. You will see how much I love Yoruba. Did I dedicate a song to them with our Safulani? Oh, how I love Yoruba. Oh, how I love Hausa. How I love Fulani. Because they agree to divide Nigeria. I will dedicate a song to them. Let us not deceive ourselves. Divide Nigeria and free the people from the prison. You have pushed everybody to the wall. And now there is no place for us to fall back to. It is going to come back on you. We don't have gun. Honestly, that is the truth. That is why our leader went to USA, Igbo national or international organization, ministry of another Ohaneze Ndigbo. He pleaded with them. They didn't listen. But the day will come, you people will bring gun. We will tell you no. Have you not heard it from him? Do the right thing before it's too late. The same way we are saying divide Nigeria, divide Nigeria. Some idiot are doing Boko Haram, bombing Lagos, thinking they are burning our market. By the time you see Biafra Haram, you will understand we are not here to joke. Nigeria will successfully initiate the state of anarchy, like I say all the time. And then Nigeria will be burned down. But glory be to God, because from her arches, a new breed of Yoruba nation without 419 will arise. A new breed of Hausa nation that cannot be ruled by Fulani will arise. A new breed of Fulani that will trek back to Fulajalo Mountain will rise. A new breed of TV will rise. Gwari will rise. A new breed of Biafrans. We will all rise and experience freedom, because it's what we lack. In conclusion, the action of the Afeni Ferreri is commendable, I must say. Just like Omotekun is commendable. It is a lead to good direction. Yoruba, it will not always be like this. You people have haunted us too much. Make meeting and divide Nigeria. Nobody will be on the sideline this one. There are things people don't understand. Nobody will be on the sideline. This matter is not in anybody's hand. The court in heaven have presided over it. A verdict has been given already. It's just a matter of time. Of course, we commend that publication. At least they are gradually coming out to say the truth. But do I perceive a bit of sentiment. Yes, I do. Because whatever they said is under probability. It may not. No. We are not here to say probably we need a restructure or probably Biafra. No. That is a game of primary school children where you hear them use English or probably. It's like tumbu, mes kalaba, iya labatue. We are not doing tubu. Our language has not changed. Biafra restoration. In as much as I said, I commend the Afeni Ferreri for that press communique, I will want them to be more specific and remove sentiment. The solution of Nigeria at this moment is peaceful dissolution of the zoo called Nigeria. Not restructure. It is little too late, according to Mazi, to talk about restructure. Because many people have died because of Biafra. Nigeria, you know. We will be in the station. We will be in the barrack. We'll be barrack boys now. We go, they hear them, they talk. IPOB is going to a whole meeting there. We will enter there, we will kill them, we will do this one, you. But what do they do? Even though Nigeria is run by decree, this decree allows us to give us the right to civil disobedience. It gives us the right to peaceful protest. It acknowledges our right to self-determination. Nigerian very decrees what I'm saying. And so that time you are killing IPOB. What do you have in mind? Oh, you have British government with BBC and CNN covering all of them. You people are doing your job well. We understand that they are trying to amend the universal law, which is targeted on Africa, so that all the colonial masters will be vindicated and never punished for their atrocity. Because as far as I'm concerned, if your father is a colonial master, they are terrorists. Each time America kill one terrorist in Iran or Iraq, each time they report the death of any terrorist across the globe. If your father is a colonial master from Europe, France, Portuguese, USA, any country that has colonized any community in Africa, you are a terrorist. You are worse than al-Baghdadi. They may go freely like free people that they are. They have always been, and they shall remain. I'll be back in a minute.
This is my message to the world. I'm writing from my heart and my broken soul. Every day and night we keep walking down the road. They killed our mothers, fathers, and the sons. We are light, we are the light of the world. We come from the land of the rising sun. Every single day we keep rising up. No matter what they do, we are never giving up. We are one, we are the choosing ones. Chukwakika is the one to give us victory. Bring us back to the land flowing with milk and honey. Breaking all that chains and the pain of slavery. This is my message to the world. Embrace Biafra. Embrace redemption. This is my message to the world. Embrace our freedom. Embrace our victory. We shall win in the end. This is my message to the world. We are coming, we are coming, we are not alone. We are fighting with the power of love. Forever and ever, we shall reign in the world. We are stars, we are the greatest stars. No matter where we go, we rise to the sky. All around the world, we see greatness in the sights. Every day and night, we struggle for our lives. We are one, we are the chosen ones. Chukwokika is the one to give us victory. Bring us back to the land, flowing with milk and honey. Breaking all the chains and the pain of slavery. This is my message to the world. Embrace Biafra. Embrace redemption. We shall win in the end. This is my message to the world. Embrace our freedom. Embrace our victory. We shall win in the end.
It's almost 50 years we have been on this path. Anybody think we are going to back down? I tell you no. If you are a Biafran anywhere you are in the world, you are yet to join IPOB. I don't know what to tell you. This rain will beat all of us. Friends or enemy alike, this rain will beat us. Over 50 years, we are still on the same path. As we are talking in our remote villages, they are depopulating us. They are killing us. They are emasculating us. They disenfranchise us. They are there working very hard to bastardize our blood lineage. Somebody got to defend our people. The miracle is for all of us. There are things you can do. Look for IPOB family closer to you and join. Look for IPOB family closer to you and join. You never know how it's going to be. The rest assured, Biafra will be restored in our lifetime. In our lifetime. Send us your name, your phone number, and your location to our WhatsApp line. We want to go home. We want to go home. Nothing more, nothing less. We don't want Nigeria. Our father said so. We are saying the same thing. From 1914 or whenever, however, our father has never agreed to this union in any way. And even after we are gone and this union remain, God forbid, our children will not be like us. They will never handle this matter the way we have handled it. We will make sure of that. Let Biafra go. Our lines are open at this moment. That WhatsApp line is 07081545642. Every inquiries to the WhatsApp line 07081545642. Our direct line is 08122152971. 08122152971, and the special number for the female is 08128858614. 08128858614 is the special number for the female. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Good evening. Bring your mouth closer to your phone and go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Yeah, my name is George. I'm from Umamcha in Java, in Imo State, in Biafra land. And I'm calling from Abra, Bakasi, the one. I'm calling from. Yeah, topic is this night. I love it. God bless you. Bless me, our leader. The carrot. Bless each of the four. Bless all our baby in the whole world. What I'm tuning in about what you read this night, I love it. The Almighty Chukwu Kikadiama bless you and bless your family. Chukwu Kadia's name.
You see. Thank you very much.
What I'm going to let us say something about what's happening. Something that you have already mentioned about 4 months or so, 5 months ago about Britain and Nigeria, and they are colorized about to know and get into the schools about what they are doing to the schools. Give it some one kind chemical or something like that. So I have our sister that gave us that information today about that. So what I'm going to tell the parents about their children, know the place that their children get into, because another thing I've already involved in Biafran about how South Fulani and the Yorubas and Britain too. That's why I want to tell my people, whatever the people are, to let them shine their eyes. And secondly, just when you control what you are doing. I want to have a brother, a monitoring spirit, collect from George Onyeibe. My name is George. Then I want to see you and come with us as well. And concerning all provincing something. So that's what I want to do. That is not only that you can always in the air. George Onyeibe, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Start from your own. Like George Onyeibe said, go back to your roots. Supporting it about that. So whatever happens, continue what you are doing. And God bless our leader. Bless the people, the whole worldwide. Whatever the zoo doing, it must fall. And secondly, the whole world listen. Leave us, give us Biafra. For that, another sickness will appear from the white people. Because if we refuse to say, Biafra, go. Another one will rise. Another one will come. So God have already made it. So if you like, take it. If you don't like, take it. George Onyeibe, please try to. Whenever I'm flashing you, please answer my call. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. And that draws my attention to one thing. If you are a Biafran, Nigeria want to give you vaccination. No matter the name they call it, yellow fever, black fever, coronavirus protection, run for your life. Run for your life. Anywhere, Nigerian army will soon start vaccinating you. They will tell you they have budgeted 20 million for coronavirus. Run for your life, Biafrans. Are you there, caller on the line? Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Of course, we lost that caller. Run for your life. Run for your life. When Nigeria come to you in any form of vaccination, run for your life. Caller on the line, if you are there, you go ahead.
Mazi, good evening.
Good evening
from back to our roots. We were before Ndocha came. For others. I'm not sure onye ọbụla na-achọ okwu ma ọ na-etinye aka n'anya ya. Ọ dị na Bible. That what you sow, you shall reap. So we were before Habia. And Mbaka, I want to tell Mbaka, since he's a professor, why have you not prophesied in Nigeria that Jubril is not Buaria? Because somebody has given Mbaka bribe for that. And he said he's a man of God. And remember that the Bible says we should not take bribe. Mbaka, why have you not helped Nigeria if you are a true prophet that person there is not Buaria Jubril? Coming to Britain, you teach us the Bible that Jesus set us free, and Britain, you don't want to set us free. You will die for sake of Biafra. You will die for sake of Biafra. Coming to Nigeria, you say you want to bring 10 people to make Nigeria well. How many Igbos are there? How many Fulanis are there? How many Yorubas are there? It's supposed to be 3 Igbos, 3 Yoruba, 3 Hausa, so that when it comes to the house, when they raise up, the vote will be equal. Not if you take Fulani 10, 8, Yoruba 2, you put Igbo. You come to the house, you start to intimidate Igbos. When they can, majority will go to Hausa. Ndị Igbo, Shino na Nigeria pụta nụ. Shino na ọchịchị Nigeria pụta. Ha na-eto nụ mmanụ n'ọnụ. Shino na ọchịchị Nigeria pụta. They are wicked. Mazi Uche Mafọ, ana m asị gị, gaa n'iru. Gaa n'iru. Ihe niile ha na-eme na redio Biafra, unu kwekwu ha mechọọ ya. Ọchụ nwa nnụnụ mụgara ya ufe. Ọchụ nwa nnụnụ mụgara ya ufe. Uche Mefọ, ana m ego olu gị mgbe ọkụ. Mmaka, ịgwala Naijiria na onye agha Buhari ozi. Ịgwala ya, onwebụ onye nyere gị bribe. Ịgwala ya. Have you tell Nigeria that person is not Buhari? Ọtaki shi nọgide good luck. Ọtaki shi mee ihe dị ọha. Enyebeghị Buhari bribe. Know yourself. Know yourself. I warned you as I warned Britain. Britain, go and look the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 52. God said he will put the mighty man down, the mighty Britain, and raise the meek Biafra. That word is for Britain. Britain, your throne, your great throne has come down by fire, by force, as it is written in the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 52. I decree it as the Lord said I should decree in the book of Job, chapter 28. Your mighty throne has come down. And from now I am speaking it. And the meek, humble Biafra has raised up. All says the Lord. He say.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Biafrans across the globe must understand. No game. We have to tell ourselves the truth. The only way forward for Nigeria is to divide Nigeria. We understand Fulani are looting money, pretending to be going to borrow money. We know they are not borrowing any money, but we shall see how it ends. Caller on the line. Hello? Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Caller on the line. So much noise coming from your end. So much noise coming from your end. Whatever they are doing, whatever they decide to do, we all know the truth. Nigeria cannot work. It is not possible. The hatred is too much. Are you there, caller on the line?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir. Try and speak up. Good evening from here.
Yes, sir. I'm Mazi from I say Mexico, bless you, sir. Bless the entire Biafra. Hello?
Go ahead, hello? Please. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Mexico, bless you. I'm hearing what the people are doing for us. Both our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and the Mefo, and George Onyeibe. I say, may God bless you people. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Biafrans across the globe must understand our demand is simple. Our stand is very clear. There is no need to negotiate about it. There is nothing to drag about it. The only thing we have asked for is let us go. How many years from now, how many years since now, we have been crying for the same thing? And how long are you think you're going to deceive us? Are you there, caller on the line? Caller on the line, are you there?
Hello, my name is Chukwuemeka Kapita. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Try and speak up, please.
Yeah, my name is Kwemeka Peter. I'm calling in that city from Aba. I'm from the Temple local government area, Abia province. I want to use this opportunity to tell people now everybody should be vigilant. Because we need to put down the zoo called Nigeria. We are tired of all this nonsense. So all the things they are doing. I'm telling our people, our youth, everybody should rise up. Let's go back to our house to know what is going on in our state. Fulani is everywhere now, killing people. Look at what happened in Lagos on Sunday. And they are talking about that it's bomb blast, pipeline. What do they mean? Everybody's home day by day. And that's at the everyone faith. Even here in Nigeria, because of the volunteers. So everybody should have been that. Now the truth. Since now we said today now there is no place, no home again. People are suffering every day, no road, no life for our suffering. So Onyeibe, I want to use the opportunity to tell you that we in our embassy are rising up. We the people are rising up. You say no to the zoo. You must give us Biafra. Even pretend they are shouting, they don't want Biafra to go. But this 2020, they will believe that Biafra has people. They believe that the tribe have risen up. They will know that the place have risen up. And they're going to bring that the zoo down. Everybody must step in the zoo. And when they see it, they will know that we have woke up. Because I want to do that because we are not even attacking them. Because everything any people. How to use this time.
Of course, we lost that caller, and the Zoo Epileptic Network is on his peak. But of course, it is their right to interrupt us. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Good evening from here, your name and where are you calling from?
All right. My name is Ife Nachi Marcos Amechi, and I'm calling from Ikurengo Eche, and I'm from Ebenato Ekwe in Olo province of Biafra land. By His grace, I'm the humble servant of IPOB, and I'm here to tell the world that we are not here to play jokes, or we are not here to play pranks. We are serious over what we are looking for, and for that reason, the world should listen to us and let us go, because there is no time. I'm personally angry with this. The zoo has put me in the state. Hello, are you hearing me?
Go ahead, please.
All right. So what I'm saying in that sense is that all Biafrans all over the world, look, Nigeria will kill all of you because it has been instituted against us.
Of course, like I said, the Zoo Epileptic Network is terrible, but of course, we can only get better. Call on the line. If you call
Hello,
me, yes, good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Please, is that
Go ahead, please.
This is the issue that I have was talking about about the loan.
The network is very bad from this end, and when you call, I will encourage you to just go ahead to the point, as the network is very bad. Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp. Call on the line.
Good evening, Mazi.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
This is Lori Tim Godwin. Thank you from Aloku Zone. Aloku Zone is in East-Alangwa South. East-Alangwa South is in Abia State. Abia State is in Biafra land. My indefatigable African rep, I say good evening to you. May Almighty Chukwukikariama continue to bless you, bless your family, bless everybody that. Hello?
Go ahead.
So, I just want to say hi to my indefatigable leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okuchanu. You cannot do him anything. As far as Chukwukikariama is with him, one day God will do it. Biafrans must be freed. Anywhere they are, they must come back and enjoy what God used to bless them. Whether Britain like it or not, we must go. We must go, Mazi George Onyeibe. Biafra, they introduced Christianity to us. And they are hypocrites. Hence, they can't practice what they say we should do. That means they are liars. The wrath of God will fall on them. Hope the whole world is listening. The wrath of God will fall on Britain. The great Britain must, and we will go.
Thank you very much. The truth cannot be overemphasized. We have been deceived many a times. And it's almost impossible for us to trust anybody. But let it be on record that we don't want to conquer anybody. We just want to go home. Call on the line. Good evening from here. And of course, very bad network. If you cannot bring your mouth closer to your phone, I can assure you I cannot pick your call. I can't hear what you are saying. Yes, a caller on the line. Caller on the line. Caller on the line, can you hear me? Like I told you, the zoo is good for nothing. Nothing good about the zoo. Call on the line.
Hello.
Good evening from here.
Good evening. Good evening, Mazi George Onyeibe.
Go ahead, please.
I'm Udochukwu Ukebu, calling from the Kapara, Omobuzo, precisely, Biafra land. I say, may Chukwukikariama bless you and bless Mazi Nnamdi in the name of Yeshua. I want to give some information because of the things that our plan are doing in the Kabbalah side. If you come to places, the place we are farming, the whole places is covered with ancestral. So I said, may to go Gabriel, bless Mazi Nnamdi and Mazi Timothy. Good night from there.
Thank you very much. Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network, like I said. But we will continue. Caller on the line.
Hello, Mazi.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. Yes, it's from the KJ. It's from the come from Igwata.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mazi. It's from the come from Igwata. We make a little Mazi. I drove. Okay, I'm not bothered. I'm going to tell you on our internet network. dịka Chineke gozie gị na-ekelekwa ndị saịdị anyị na Ebonyi steeti ndị isi elu mfu ọrụ aka ha na-arụ gbasara filimiti mfụkọta ya gburu ya na-abụzokwarụ m na ọhụfụ ndị isi lọta gọọmenti ebe m nwa isi anụmanụ maka mkpọtụ ya obere oge mụnwa ga-abata ụlọ mgbe mee nke mmadụ kwuru nchọka ya bịa meghere m oge a oge ya erukwa mma na mkpọrọ ebere a nwike mụnwa ka nwite bata ebe anyị jee metụta ndị obodo anyị anya mụnwa nọ n'igwe ebe bụ ha dịkwa elu memba ma m ihe na-eme ndị anyị na-agwa ha na-ebizi na-azụ ahịa ọ dịrọ mma maazị na-ekele gị na-ekelekwa obodo iche n'ụfọ anyị nwabi anyị mụnwazi 2014 ka m ji ogwara ebere ha atụ obi enwere ihe dịka going back mụnwa osisi ike n'ihe nkwu etekwuru m oge asụ mụbọ ya isi ike Biafra or not so nchegbu ụmụ nwanne ndị Ebonyi steeti ha kirie n'ụra stand shoulder to shoulder with our leader. No going back.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our stand is simple. What we want is simple. We want Biafra. We want to go home. We don't want to conquer Yoruba. We don't want to conquer Hausa. We don't want to conquer Fulani. We want to go home. That Biafra may be restored as it were in the beginning. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. But it looks like we are not telling ourselves the truth. Any game Nigeria want to play, it is too late. It is too late. All of you who call yourself politician, to monarch, to civil defense, to brutal, all of you, how proud are you now about yourself? How proud are you? Just be sincere. I thought you are a giant of Africa. But the world now know that you are a giant of idiots. You watch yourself. Those Yoruba on social media, on radio and television, lying from both sides of your mouth. Watch yourself now. I was born to rule. Fulani inside the bush, killing people. Watch yourself. How proud are you about yourself? This is the shame and disgrace that will never leave you people. And of course, because of some network issue, I will sign up from here at this moment. But let everybody apply their wisdom to reasoning. In other words, let everybody use their sense. Use your head, or somebody will use it for you. Nigeria is using our head. Caller on the line. Let's see if I can take your call. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
ụmụ Chineke lekọta ha mara mma gara ụmụ Chineke taa ụzọkọ ọnwụ ndị akpọrọ nwa ha wadịkwasị ya ụkwado otiri were aka ha na-egbu anyị mana nsogbu na-akpụ enwekwara mpụ o nwetụ ihe na-eme taa. Look at ordinary virus. Ordinary virus is threatening the whole world. Ordinary virus, you have all manner of virus. But ordinary virus makes you people to just won't let you have a common sense. That there is God in heaven. Here we have stolen. Though it is our own fault, Dara, because we are trying to do it. That is why we cannot over the world. And he said he will allow our enemies to take our land and be it. But when we reflect and become satisfied, that he will gather us everywhere I have scattered us and bring us back. And he said the leader, said the Nnamdi Kanu, and then support her. Unu ga-eme ụbọchị taa osisi ya were na ịgọchị na IPO. Why don't we go? Because something is about to happen. Listen, the abundance of men. We will destroy we will, from the beginning of the creation of the world, we will power the power that you will begin to see calamity upon calamity. It is only those that are against Biafra that will die. Those that believe in Biafra, the kingdom of superficial on earth, will play and live in the land of Biafra. Which I am one of them because I have decided. I have more books. I'm going to give you one. After I show people and them more, I should go to the kilo. One day, one month, one more. I don't know more. I bet I can only go to ancestral as a bottom woman down. Oh, then I go out there with a boat and I'm going to keep up for an azul. Even as a palan, I'm a very good guy. How do you know that I can tell you on a hope? When I come to the Anambra, like Papa, you Lord, that who doesn't Onyeibe, then you tell me for Mazi Onyeibe. Then you let us know about your man. Now, let your Biafra. Today, I will go through my mind. Only we let the chief and then we get upon her. Only we know that Jonathan, Mazi Onyeibe, Salman, Cholu, who has the young every day, God, super skeleton, 6 years, the kingdom of God. And his body, and then I complain. I am seeing what is called hell in the hands of this idiot. Nara. No, we are able to look at your ordinary Okada, ordinary Keke. They are still putting pressure upon pressure to make sure that we all die. But we said, no, on the 30th of May, every of the ndano na kapanzi ikureke okugoba kundi mozi eketempu eketempu eketama abana njapa abana wanikele odi mmiri ọgbaro ahabu nese ana dukelo le ara kamunu le pere papala omo di agemo ai ka na enye dada wata ala bia suru le di afọ omo wati yo so wo ojo ọbụla keka ga ni huru ile ndị ike niile ndị niile nwere na 1967 eti ma ọfọ na-ekwulu n'ụbọchị taa 12 midnight a na-akụpụzi ọtele baịbụl ihe mụrụ na aga na-esi ebe ọbụla ha ga-esiwu ndị iro n'ụdị ọbụla onye ọbụla si Biafra bịa ọ ga-agaba n'ala dị mma ise Mazi Onyeibe udo dịrị gị dete otu efadị aha ji ala nwanne gị nwoke n'aka kọntentọ Maazị David emere m nne ekelekwazi gị ọdị na abadị ma zonu ndị na-emepegasị ugbu a chishike onye ọbụla hụrụ Biafra n'anya gakwurịrị Biafra dede Nnamdi Kanu ojiri ọgwụgwọ nkịta mmadụ igbo tum kaito sinye ipolika na tate mee 10 2022 Trump ekwu eziokwu because elected ọgwụ Trump don't look at them because if you look at United Nations, all of them that are the you will run away from America. So, President of Mayor will push the rest of the country there, but they are not going on. For another country, you will say it's because President of as a Babu Pulu in that, and then that's why I have another life. I'm doing a more foolish. We don't really look at your oh, I never take it. I just to that, but I don't take it that I am my. Onye mena ọsanya mana ha tọ ala bọọgụ na Imo State na tefe. Then onye ọbụla mepara kwa because anyị agakwa anya echete ha bekwuchi anyị o Oh, yes, it's not going to move over IPO. So that I was very soon. No, then I come at the house. I get that to go by. And I get that. So, if you don't have any, upon you, who's a city can spend. Oh, yes, Biafra.
Thank you very much. Like I said, I'll be drawing the curtain at this moment. Sincere appreciation to those of you who were able to call in. My apology to those that cannot take their call from now. Let us not deceive ourselves. Let's tell ourselves the truth and stop pretending, because it will not help us. Divide Nigeria now and free the prisoners. Good night from here.
This is my song for freedom. They call me Chris Jokey. Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death,